you just have to accept that there's no data, but obviously for them, they're playing in a lineup that they'd rather play with 33. So we have a disadvantage in not knowing what he plays, but they have a disadvantage in having to play with a stand-in, so I guess it's fair.
Absolutely. And final question for me then, is this starting to feel like the last Wallachia, or does this feel different in some way to the last one which you won?
I mean, to be honest, of course, everything feels the same, but it also feels like I was here like yesterday for the last Wallachia. But it's very casual. I think we're just running our things, and I'm running my things, and this time I have to draft, so it's a little different, but to be honest, it feels the same.
Feels the same. All right, let's hope it goes the same for you then. Thank you very much, Jabs. Let's hand it over to Odie and Fogged for this first game.
Thank you very much, yes, and as you saw on your screen, we just had the first blood coming in. Liquid able to get that as they take down Crystallis.
-1, +1 for Insania. All right, cool stuff. I mean, I feel like both teams kind of got exactly what they wanted. You could look at this and be like, both teams are super happy. It looks like, you know, they wouldn't really replace things with too many other heroes. Like,
yeah.
It just looks kind of perfect from both sides. Liquid doing their very standard approach, as I think we've seen majority of these games. Mage Slayer, Ember Spirit, Centaur with the pipe. You're playing versus heavy magic damage. They're going to look to set tempo. And for Tundra, they like to play the map. And I feel like whenever you have Coddle, it's about playing the map. You use your chakra, 3 great chakra cores that they can play with. So let's see how it all kicks off after lanes.
Absolutely. And of course, interesting to hear from Jabs there, you know, commenting on how you prepare nowadays for when you're playing against a stand-in.
Hard.
I guess with the plus for them, you know, it ends up being mid-1 getting this last pick of Baden. A strong hero, but not necessarily a hero you think that Liquid see at the end of that draft and think, oh no, we can't deal with an Abaddon.
No, because it's just, especially off lane, it really has not been getting picked again. It's been more about that carry a few times that we saw Nightfall playing it, at least in particular. But yeah, the hero is started to be, I guess, kind of figured out. It's gotten some nerfs. People just have, realized how to play versus it. Insania actually does go Curse level 1. I guess that was because of the first blood, but doesn't have glaives for the laning phase. And one thing we're going to absolutely have to talk about is the fact that they did switch this now, where they put the Sanking in the mid lane in a matchup that I've seen Nisha do fantastic.
Nisha's just been popping off, right?
And yeah, and his Ember, he's been completely dumpstering, honestly. So.
Yeah.
My one concern is that they do have the Sanking now in the mid lane, and from what I've seen, the way Tundra plays with the Sanking is they play about stacking that left side, getting him prepared as this offlaner who's sacked. If you're sacking your mid laner, could be kind of a weird approach in mid game.
And this is the thing as well. And the overall picture of this game, like catching and killing a Nisha Ember Spirit, doesn't seem like an easy task for Tundra's lineup, right?
No, especially not versus the global that's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
The damage reduction. Let's just besides the disables that might be lacking, the damage reduction that'll start coming out there. So many times we've saw Nisha just, live with a fraction of HP because he's got Mage Slayer Pipe or whatever buffs is. Yeah, he's already doing fantastic in that matchup.
I mean, because I think you mentioned it before, right, that you felt that teams weren't really giving enough respect to the Nisha Ember. And maybe this game we're going to see that problem arise again because he looks kind of set up to have a good time.
Yeah. He's been, honestly, just such a beast. And most of his heroes, he's been, it's Nisha, so he does power up and level up a lot of these times. Looking at the lanes right now, solid CS. Saberblade, of course, getting first blood. They made sure that he got that last hit, so he starts with that Bracer over Terrorblade. It's going to matter in the laning phase a lot versus Crystallis. When he has meta, they can actually lane better, but without that meta, they have kill threat constantly on this TB.
They're definitely going to have to be very careful.
Yep.
I mean, because what are the sort of timings you think Tundra's going to be working towards? Because I imagine both the Abaddon and the TB kind of greedier side laners. We'll obviously see what sort of build mid-1 wants to go for. But this hero kind of needs to hit a lot of creeps.
He does. I feel like this game could get, honestly, it could get to a point where they're just hitting creeps for a long time. As we do see Tundra, if they fall behind in laning phase, or bottom, they just default to hitting those creeps. Bottom.
See if Crystallis can get Boxy in return. We'll be able to.
You can trade with Saberlight here.
And Saberlight's going to be able to grab the Lotus, though. So just the 1-for-1.
I feel like this game could get, if they fall behind in that early game, we could see that Tundra Classic. Where
that's sure,
cut the creep wave,
keep
wait
farming.
For the timings, because they do have a lineup that is strong once they get items, once they get these timings. And they have, honestly, like 3 fantastic cores with the Coddle. That recall, the chakras are going to be great to be moving around the map. But I guess if they fall behind early, it could be concerning.
Yeah, because what Liquid's cores, on the other hand, they're pretty active cores, right? You got a Tiny that's going to be looking at Brawl, you got an Ember that's going to be flying all over the place, and a Centaur that's ready to stampede in and out of the action.
Yeah, they fight, I would say, easier without items. Especially because the Mage Slayer comes out and it's just, constant pretty much from Nisha's. The Ember, we see, does get that D ward. So we saw that PZM was able to secure the mid lane a little bit better in the last few waves because he had that Sentry. Nisha now won the Sentry War, so PZM going to get some stacks at the ready.
Yeah, we'll see what the stat game's going to be like from both teams.
Yeah, no sentries really to block stuff out for the most part this time around. Saberlight. A lot of harassment damage we see coming out there. The reflection just plus that liquid fire does bring Saberlight pretty low every time they poke him. But he has the ring. Should be able to sustain. Yeah, and starting to do much better in those lanes, especially too. As Whitemon should be okay.
Chrysalis, just under 10 seconds left. Metamorphosis up again, so there will be that threat that Liquid have to bear in mind when they try and push forward on this bottom lane. Might be able to get the chance to go now here with the meta back off cooldown, as I say. They go straight for it, and Liquid, they weren't prepared for that.
Oh, and
it felt like they didn't.
Damage.
They weren't keeping track of the Metamorphosis cooldown, I don't think.
I don't think they're respecting the poke and prod that's coming out between them there. Like, they're keeping Saberlight below half HP every time he steps up. Really strong lane. That's why we see them going for that Twin Terror nowadays. And top overall, too, because Insania, he's not able to actually really bully versus this Abaddon. Maybe this is why they did the switch up. They're like, you know what? If we put Sand King top, he gets sacked too hard. If we put Sand King mid, he's actually able to trade versus an Ember in a way. And then Abaddon actually ends up being able to lane. Because every game I think I've seen from these Sand King off lanes,
it loses the lane.
They get completely crushed and they're just jungling. So perhaps this is why they did that little bit of a switch up so they could actually pressure a little more in that top lane.
Yeah, it's looking good on the last hit so far here for Tundra with that switch up.
Cool stuff coming in. Yeah, just really impressed with the poke of the bottom lane. I thought there's always these scary situations for a Terrorblade when you don't have meta to step up, but the fact that they just were keeping Saberlight, less than half HP, they couldn't actually take advantage of going onto this Terrorblade now at this point, even though Saberlight got first blood at the start, so very good stuff in the bottom lane from Tundra. And speaking of the bottom lane, Boxy.
Yeah, headed over to mid, but BZM's just going to be able to walk up and set up on him with the Epicenter. Nisha's going to look to fight back. We'll be able to jump forward with the Remnant, take out Whitemon. Now with the backup of Insania, he's looking towards BZM, but Saxa's in with TP and will be there to ensure that the dive can't continue.
Sneaky ward. Don't see this one too often. I think I've been seeing this one a little more from teams just to be able to avoid the D ward.
Yeah. I know, in fact, sorry, so yeah, Saxa just ended up walking up down from top laner because it was the 6-minute powering. How are we doing on the stacks? Yeah, should be able to get another sort of set of stacks around the triangle on the next timing here. Saxa's already preparing a lot of space for BZM to hit some pretty good timings.
Yeah, and he's got
from the Sand King.
Pretty cool too. He's got treads. So usually you don't see this. You see the phase boot pretty much consistently on that Sand King. So a bit of a pivot coming out from BZM too. Amp damage on Nisha still. It's wearing off, but they really want to just take away this shrine. Does he have a defensive remnant? He does. They're not here in time, Owen. Tundra focused more on the stacks. Gonna end up giving away that shrine.
Yeah, Sax are gonna be a little late on this.
Oh, and he might just walk through that.
He's looking pretty dead.
Hello there.
But did you say got the stacks done?
He got the stacks now.
But that timing indeed played against him in terms of trying to get to the wisdom in 7 minutes.
Did one? Still only level 5.
Look, grenade in. BZM's coming over to try and help out.
Mid one's alive.
And mid one's able to get the shield off now. Looks to turn towards Nisha. Nisha, very low on mana.
Nisha,
he's got one more side of fist, but he's got nowhere to jump to. The mana's gone. His life as well. Nisha to fall. Mid one gets the kill.
Good rotation again from BZM.
What do we get? Saberlace has been kept consistently so low.
The harassment really.
He's going to catch him. He's going to turn with a hoof stomp to try and stop the right click coming from Chrysalis. But still, Chrysalis steps up. The tree's not going to block the attacks coming in. I tell you what, Tundra, they're starting to pop off on all fronts here. Liquid, they're making some mistakes.
I mean, they're playing super. This bottom lane in particular is playing super well. But top, they've actually done a great job of. I mean, making his farm is also pretty underwhelming when you look at this.
It's one of the slower starts he's had, I think, in the safe lane.
Which is surprising because he doesn't have it. He hasn't died up there. Same thing for the silencer either. Insania, they just aren't able to really lane as effectively versus mid one because of the. Yeah, just going for this dive play.
Yeah, I mean,
punished for it.
These last few minutes
it's massive.
Have been pretty brutal for Liquid. It's a 3K lead now for Tundra. The setup's there, and of course, Tundra, they still have these stacks to fall back on as well. The ancient stack at least, so still a nice burst for BZM to go and pick up. He's going to be on track to get a very good Blink Dagger timing.
And look at this from mid one, a complete pivot. We have not seen this before. All right, going for a Dominator, so looking to accelerate things and play at a faster timing, not going for any type of Radiant slow stuff. We've never seen this before on a Sand King offlane, so this should be...
On the Abaddon.
Oh, sorry, I'm Abaddon offlane, sorry. I was looking at the Sand King, so BZM's getting gone on.
We'll kill him here to catch him in the chains.
Saxa.
should be able to get Sax as well, so a bit of brain drain continues for Insania.
Stack, not cleared out. That Ancient still available. Liquid striking back. Yeah, I'm really curious about this build, actually. I'm trying to...
So, yeah, because what's the strat with the build? Because in terms of, like, other offlaners that are building this right now, is he just Beastmaster?
Only Beast that really buys
Only
this
Beast
item,
that buys
period.
this.
Like, who else actually buys this item?
Yeah.
Right, like, nobody really does. So this is very interesting pivot. I'm trying to think about little, like, a hero, anything that he can get as a creep, or is it just because he wants to build the pressure versus the supports? Because Silencer hates playing versus summons, so maybe it's something along those lines.
Yeah. It's going to be cool to see where he goes with this. Because he's having a great time, right? This is a game where Mid1 on the Abaddon, he'd have the luxury to maybe go for the Radiance, but if he did want to, right? He's getting a lot of space. He's not being pressured.
Honestly, this is really cool because, like, I feel like we've been seeing this patch like so many times. People are just cookie cutter copying a lot of things. So
yeah, we'll get something different.
Change.
I like
it.
Awesome. You know what I mean? We're seeing the same heroes all the time. You know, let's at least have some different item builds. Here we go.
Oh, this is really cool. And with Tundra's draft, now that they've done pretty well, I mean, quite well in the laning phase, they hit towers a lot easier than the side of Liquid at this point with this TB, and they've got this sustain that comes out from the Abaddon and the Coddle. It's quite a bit of sustain between these two. If you don't kill the Abaddon at the start, if you don't kill the Coddle, it's a lot of healing that's going to be coming in. Blink done for BZM. His timing is very good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Foxy. BZM's got the blink. Revving it up.
That's just going to go straight for him.
He'll go for the easy kill.
Should be able to hold on to the tower a little bit longer as well.
Catapult is still up. This tower might just die.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Yeah, he needs a bit more than just him at BZM, and he's not getting it at the moment. The rest of Tundra, they don't want to turn up to the mid lane.
He doesn't want to lose more int.
They'll let it go.
Sees Insania. He's like, I don't want to step up. If I die there again, losing int on these heroes early on can be kind of annoying, even though it's just one. You don't want to do it anyway. And that's pretty much the Mage Slayer done now for Nisha. But a 2K lead off of this early start here for Tundra.
That's looking good.
Creeps. Bottom lane in particular is the biggest one for me that I was surprised how well it went because Saberlight did get that first blood. So Crystallis got some good timings on his items, even though they were playing versus that lane that started with an advantage. And yeah, one of the slower starts for Mika in particular. In a lane that it didn't feel like he was contested too much. At bottom net worth of the course. See how he ends up getting that farm to catch back up. So he does farm very fast. Nisha. Deny farm. Will get taken though. Sox and BZM are at the ready. BZM's getting gone on.
TP's coming in to help out BZM.
Nisha taking a lot of damage.
Everyone's here, has the shield to keep BZM protected. And Nisha has to bail out, leaving Sani behind.
5 heroes from Tundra to protect their jungle. The map movements, always have to watch the Coddle, see how much Sox is going to be able to do, because this is, I mean, pretty much when you play with this hero, he's the one that dictates the pace of the game, if you want to make early aggressive moves. So going to be keeping tabs of what Sox wants to do with the map. I'm so curious about this, this Dominator.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on which creeps he's using. For now, yeah, it just has the Warpine Raider up on top, so nothing too crazy.
I was trying to think of some like really big brain kind of weird mechanic things, like if he goes for like a purge creep.
That's what the case is. He can dispel himself, gives him.
But like I just don't think that's the case. Like I don't know, maybe he will though. But I'm trying to think of why else he would want this besides just having a summon versus the silencer. But
I mean, is he going to be a straight rush to the helm of the Overlord, or you think that's very unlikely?
I think it's very hard to. I've no idea. With Midwin, I think it's difficult to see if he's going to do that, but also I have no idea because I don't know what Midwin does anymore. Like we don't see Midwin.
We don't know. It's been a while.
Definitely interesting.
Yeah, I said we'll keep eyes on what he's queuing up.
Crystallis, they've got global.
They have. They put the global, and it's a very easy kill for Liquid. They can easily dive forward, set up as well on towards White Mob.
Brain drain. +2. Tower looks like it will fall here too with that rotation. Nisha, Mage Slayer's done. Saberlight's queuing up that pipe after his Blink Dagger also. A lot of this damage is going to be cancelled out from this side of Tundra. But similar on Liquid, because Tundra have so much sustain on their draft that they can cancel out a lot of that team fight damage from Liquid too. Maybe it is just for farming. I don't know. This is so interesting. This really is so interesting for Midway.
Well, I mean, what's he going to queue up next? I feel like
He might just queue up Radiance.
that's what I feel. Like it's kind of like, you know, you get that one item, then you buy the Radiance.
It might just be that, but we'll see. He's got the rally, this push. Mick is here for it. It's setting up again. BZM is here.
Yeah, and they've got the jump. TP's immediately coming in there. They have to stampede to get Mickey away. They'll turn their attention towards Boxy. Caught in the fire and the blast here from Saxon. Whitemon. Mid one has the borrowed time. Just still if he can still punish this. Nah, he can't. Doesn't want to fight up into the rest of Tundra. BZM actually is able to jump back across, but doesn't quite latch on to Insania with the burrow strike.
They really want to stay up here, keep applying this pressure with Soxa. Recall back up in about 15 seconds, so they can look to keep bringing the numbers and keep pressuring here. And as we said, they do have that sustain. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use this one.
The marsh
The
mage.
water bubble. So he has 2 Abaddon shields now.
It's just, well, the water bubble shields, the numbers are just too low for it to be... Like, why is the water bubble not crazy?
I mean, why would it be crazy? It doesn't really do that much. It's just like 100 HP or something that you throw on somebody. We just don't see the Dominator really, right? You purchase too much bust on that beast, so. Did he kill Radiance yet on
Yeah,
that one?
it's just going to be Radiance next.
So maybe he could have just actually gone with for this.
That's the thing, right? He could have definitely just rushed Radiance.
Yep.
But
maybe,
opting for this alternate build.
Maybe just because he did want earlier timings to be able to play.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
But it's not like he's even really got the creep to pressure towers, right? Because the only tower they took was the top tier one, which they would have had anyway. I will say, a little bit of experimenting.
Yeah, maybe maybe he's gonna play with this aura, you know. I think people have theory crafted stuff with this Riverborn aura.
Yeah, but it's got to be in the water.
I know. Just
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of something here, Owen. All right. Whitemon gets his shard. A nice one when you have this build with the Twin Tower. He's got 4 points in Liquid Fire, so he's gonna be able to dish out good damage if he can actually attack. 3K lead for Tundra off of that. Liquid looking to strike. They've got the blink on Saberlight, and they've got Global. Almost an Aghanim is finished up on BZM. I mean, his timings are still very good. 4-1 and 2 on this Sanking right now. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna... Oops, sucks actually. He's just going for the double stack, and maybe he ends up living because of it. Doesn't walk up into that high ground. Oh, and okay, Boxy actually even going for even more sustain. All right, yeah, these team fights, they're going to have a crazy amount of healing damage mitigation on Liquid when they have the pipe, the Mage Slayer, plus now they have Mech on Muerta. As we said, Tundra do have good sustain and lots of damage inside their team fights, but a lot of that is going to be mitigated from this.
Well, that's the one that, when you have the Mech on Muerta, right, though, you press everything. That's pretty much your entire mana pool gone. Right?
It is.
You eat through your mana very quickly. Having to pop the mech as well as your spells.
Thankfully, mech is not that expensive, you know, nowadays, compared to the days of the long past where it used to be 200 something.
Sure. It's true.
Nisha, toying with them, still has a haste rune. Global was popped though, so Tundra were able to force that. Yeah, Nisha just, you don't deviate, you just do the build, right? The same build every single time we've seen on him on his Ember. Versus limited disables. Yes, and why the status just works very effectively. Bottom socks up. Bring in the squad. Tundra want to fight. But Liquid is making the move over.
Yeah, they're kind of baiting this, it feels like.
Do they have another recall?
BZM, he's going to try and get the epicenter going, but no, he cancels it for now after Nisha shows that he sees him.
5v5 set up here. Mid one has joined. Liquid will leave. Meta was forced, so they back away. Very deep aggressive wards we see from Liquid around this bottom side. I don't know if any of these three are actually going to get taken out. This gives a ton of vision. And where does Tundra want to go with that? I mean, just going to farm, I guess, with that meta. And Mika has essentially caught up now. 0-0-0. Hasn't been touched much besides that move that they made on him top. Gonna hit pretty much standard item timing. Slightly slowed down than what we've seen from him on his Tiny and usual games. Yep, don't blame you, Whitemon. Take the greedy Iron Talon. Definitely feels like one of those games.
It's going to slow down.
Yep, it does.
Really, definitely from Tundra, they're chilling right now.
It does mean that his right click is pathetic, but it's not about the actual right click damage, it's about the actual magic, but yeah. Because greedy, minus 30 attack damage on Jakiro when he already has the minus damage is pretty funny, but he's not clicking people anyway, but just to point it out. Mickey. BZM keeping tabs of him. Looks like they might be setting a move up here. They have recalls at the ready. They'll settle for Insania. That wasn't Epi committed for the 5 position.
Mickey's thinking about maybe getting back in there because Nisha's around.
They have the sentry on BZM.
BZM's going to get away with the burst strike first, though, over towards Nisha. They'll get the avalanche out there onto the two of them, and this Nisha cleans up Whitemon with the help of Mickey. Nisha, another burst strike comes in, but again, limited kind of follow-up catch after burst strike shoots. So Nisha's chilling. He's like, he knows they just can't really go on him.
Soxa's bringing Crystallis too, also to fight. He's got meta in 15 seconds. Everyone's turning up here. Liquid. Trying to continue chasing, but Tundra, they'll split away.
Yeah, they'll get everyone out of there.
I'm surprised we actually just don't. I mean, we're starting to, of course, but I'm surprised we just don't see Coddle every game. Just the power that this hero can really do of, yeah, just having the numbers.
Yeah, it's like 1 minute you're all there,
Yep.
1 minute you're not.
And then 1 minute you're on the other side, the next minute you're on the other side too, because he can just recall himself and people to him. As Soxa. Halfway to an Aghanims, or more than halfway to an Aghanims too. So I mean, more team fight that he's going to be able to get. Jump. BZM.
Well, here's some. Into the global, into the damage from Mickey.
He's going down. He needs his Dispel. He needs either BKB, Yule, something to be able to protect himself. Another brain drain for Insania.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm continuing to just watch his creep to see what he's just been farming with it, so.
I mean, because you do have to wonder, right, if there is a bit of regret in Mid-One's mind that he's like, I could have just bought the Radiance first.
See ya. Roshan doesn't like it either. Yeah, honestly.
Like, when you play these games and you buy like that sort of stat item or something before the Radiance and nothing's really happened, you do feel like, oh, if I could have had this Radiance minutes earlier.
Yep.
And because obviously with this sort of style, he's at the moment in the bottom of the cores level with Saberlight.
He'd
get the
probably
Radiance
have way more
first,
farm.
he would probably be up there with the top cores.
Yeah. What can you do? It happens sometimes. He probably expected more to be happening or more that he could pressure, perhaps. Speaking of mid one, and speaking of pressure, getting gone on in mid, Sanya, Saberlight. Trying to force his ult. Unable to. As Nisha's hitting those timings. Same thing for Mickey. They're starting to get that net worth up on this Tiny. He's getting close to BKB. Radiance is done. But again, I mean, Radiance playing into the pipe, playing into the Mage Slayer that's going to be coming out.
Yeah, the timing now just, it doesn't
not
feel
as
as
good.
great. It is, of course, going to help speed Mid-One's farm up.
But yeah, they definitely have answers, especially versus that too. As Mid-One, again, just really wants to take out this tower. They're rotating over, Tundra, bringing the numbers. Global's back up in 15 seconds. Looks like they should have this tower.
BZM seeing if you can find something on top of that, but it's been hit by the scans, so Liquid won't be heading over here
They get
without
this
preparation.
deep ward down place from Tundra. They could look to start poking Roche because they have information around Triangle, and they will. They have good sustain, so they're all going to be full HP here because of the Coddle while they do this.
Yeah, this is nice. This is a quick Roche.
I don't know if Liquid's prepared for this. Very heads-up move from Tundra. I thought there could be an argument where they end up giving that to maybe BZM because he's going to play more aggressive, but that means that Crystal's going to show up to more of these fights, which, I mean, he has Coddle, so it's easier for him to show up to the fight, so understandable. Nisha. Cutting waves.
Yeah,
It's so hard to
it's
kill
just a
him.
burrow
It's
strike,
pretty
right?
much impossible.
And even if the burrow strike's there,
There's no
he's
follow-up.
probably not going to die.
No. They do have max ice path that we do see built up too, but yeah, it's just that singular one since he has the Twin Terror, so yeah, limited catch.
Maybe if they've got the burrow strike and the ice path and then Chrysalis with the metamorphosis, then you can kill the Ember during those stuns. Or
Gold Global has to be on cooldown as well too, because then you're not going to
Sure,
flare it.
yeah.
So yeah, there's
It's
a lot
just
of
very
it's
hard
difficult
to kill.
100 to kill him. That's for sure. But they're getting good farm. The supports especially too. We're seeing Soxa as well as Whitemon having that edge over the Liquid supports. And this ward that could be massive for Tundra. The fact that they were able to get that one down and it still hasn't been dewarded.
BZM has found his next target.
How many times has Boxy been epied this game? Oh, that's like the fourth or fifth one. He's
not
alive.
dead.
He's
What?
now.
They just turn and they kill BZM.
The pipe, the mech, the heals. Nisha.
Oh, that hurts. That also hurts. Nisha taking a lot of damage from Chrysalis, but won't quite die. He's actually able to turn and get the slight change back in on Chrysalis. He'll go with the aggressive Thunder towards Saberlight. Saberlight with the Who Stomp will hold back mid one. But they didn't
How did
kill
Boxy
him.
live?
I mean, with the mech and the essence
pipe.
ring.
Oh my
the
goodness.
one that, no, that and BZM's dead for it.
Hey, BZM's like, this is a guaranteed kill,
Yeah,
right?
I think we all were like, that's a guaranteed kill. But it was not.
Very cool. The back build coming into play. Replenishing the meta for Chrysalis, so it looks like they still want to occupy this area even though the Sand King is dead. They can still recall him back into the fray soon. 30 seconds until that comes back up. Mickey?
What's he want to do here?
He wants the coddle. They probably want to hunt the backline, I'd imagine.
I'll drop the Will-O-Wisp. And the Macropire. Indeed, he's just able to BKB walk on forward, get the avalanche onto the two of them, catches White on a Chrysalis. That's Chrysalis gone the once. Liquid, they can set up and surround him. And they're going to go for a second time. Mid-One's going to head over to see if he can try and do something to help out. But the global silence is there. Liquid, they just split the two of them, chasing him down. BZM's not able to jump in to help out. The Borotone comes out from Mid-One. He'll go for the TP away. They've got the chains back up just in time to cancel that and kill him off as well.
Uh-oh. That's your Aegis timing, and Liquid just can walk through it when they have the BKB on Mickey. He had no fear whatsoever. He just literally BKB and ran at 3 heroes and got some really good toss combos.
Yeah, they're just starting to look pretty unkillable.
Yep.
Liquid's heroes.
The Pipe Mage Slayer, we mentioned the timing. That's the one that Liquid... I think I've seen them do it more than anybody. I think they've done it like 3 or 4 games in a row that I've seen.
They're going to try for Saberlight.
Nisha's here still.
Got the Will-O-Wisp down. Do they have the damage to kill him? I mean, he gets the Blade Mail and the Stampede off. With the Who Stomp as well, he's going to try for the TP out, but they will indeed have enough damage being pumped out by BZM to get the kill this time. Still, they're very low, though.
Sox has survived somehow, though, during all of it. That sustain that comes in protects him versus Nisha. Now he's back up to full HP. Striking back.
Yeah, nice kill to find that.
Yep.
Saberlight felt that he was maybe a bit more unkillable than he was being in that position. And BKB's online for BZM. So BZM is going to get a pretty solid chance of getting in. Very close to level 18, having that level 3 epicenter. He's going to have a pretty big impact in the fights now, pretty easily. It's going to be hard to stop the Sand King.
Yeah. I mean, needed this BKB, as we saw. We were mentioning a couple of times versus the Global. When he's in, he's fully committed. Now with that BKB, has a way to be able to play and maybe get multiple burrow strikes in and out since he has the coddle as well. Boxy, Aghanim's about to be finished, so his team fight also will increase for the side of Liquid. Tundra, we claim this tier 2. Liquid's turning up for the defense. They're bringing Mickey. The TP is seen. He's got the Nemesis Curse. He's got the Harpoon.
See what he can do. He's got Saberlight ready to back him up as well. The Will-O-Wisp going to get dropped down. Get the Avalanche up, but BZM's in with the Burrow Strike onto Mickey. They'll keep him held back, but they won't want to dive into tier 2 quite yet. I mean, he's getting a bit low.
Yeah, it's a good poke. They got him half HP. The flank.
Wants to lead the push here. So finish the tier 2, but the global silence comes out, and indeed Nisha and Saberlight immediately jump the back lines, catch and kill off Sax on the call. Nisha will push back BZM. Saberlight tries to move forward with the Stampede, but he's clipped by the Ice Path. They'll get the concept on the Chrysalis. They're bursting him low. He's silenced. He can't get the chance to get the Sunder off. He's dead. Mid-One will have a bit of safety with the borrowed time. Does manage to get the blink out, which I think he just got delivered. So that will save him. But still, once again, it's 3 going down on Tundra. Liquid surviving through that attempt for Tundra to try and make a push happen. They even keep the tier 2 alive.
Looks like Tundra is feeling perhaps a bit forced to go for these tower plays, and Liquid just gets the flank perfectly set up. Soxa dies in a heartbeat. They just full commit and jump onto the back line. Tundra didn't expect that wrap.
That was it again.
Like, look, we're looking at the right side. On the left side, they're already killed Soxa.
Yeah, they're just straight on top of him.
Yeah. So a great commit play, and they zone BZM also. Yeah, he's got BKB, but no epi for 15 seconds.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing, right? Didn't want to pop the BKB without the epicenter. Felt that this fight was over, but unfortunately for the rest of his team, they didn't have the option of getting out. They get caught on the front lines, Chrysalis, and yeah, Mid-One lucky to get out there towards the end with that newly picked up blink.
And Liquid now got another aura that they're going to have to get through as well. The Crimson Guard is finished for the Centaur, so now blocking. Yeah, they have majority of these auras. We even see the Pappas being built up on Insania next. starting to get a better control of the game in particular. Ooh, that's a cool one too. I don't see most people take this one on Muerta, but I've been theory crafting this one more and more. 3% max HP regen inside the calling. They have a ton of sustain on the side of Liquid with that also included. That's kind of cool. Mid one.
Let's go BZM with him.
Just can't do anything to Nisha. 6-1 and 7, this Ember. A thorn in their side constantly. Not only applies to Muerta. Oh.
I mean, that's the downside,
That's
right?
kinda meh.
You know what I mean? Because you read it and you're like,
Well,
why
wait,
don't
this
they
is
always
broke?
take this? Is a crazy talent.
I've honestly never taken that one. I had no idea.
Only for yourself.
Oh, that's actually a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, oh well.
It baits you as well, because
Sure.
when you read it, it's like, it's not written like it's
baited
only
me.
for you. You're like, well, maybe it does. It's just because obviously in our minds, it's like Muerta's played as support more than core.
Mid one.
He's dead, doesn't have the borrowed time back up.
Yeah, that baited me. You know, I play a ton of Muerta. I've never taken that talent either.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I know.
Because, well,
I just read it and I was
it's just for you. Well, unless you want to, if you have that 3% max HP regen a second on yourself.
yeah. Well, we're seeing that the fights, though, it is about just surviving, right? So you can see why Boxy wants to go for that anyway. Even
Yeah, he's not fussed about doing the right clicks. He just wants to live, get his spells off.
Oof, they're getting so much control.
It's getting rough.
Yeah.
It is getting rough.
I mean, Mickey, as soon as he's got his timing of the BKB, he's just running rampant on the game, it feels.
And with the Silver Edge online, the fights are kind of impossible for mid-bomb, right? Because you just break him, global silence, he's just dead. This Abaddon will just die.
Do you just sell the Dominator and buy your BKB? You might get to the points of... it feels horrible to say something like that, to sell an item that big. But
Yeah,
mid one
you
needs a
probably
BKB.
don't.
He needs something to get the Dispel, to protect himself for it. Have not... You know, we were very happy to see this build, cool, you know, stuff like that, but definitely have not felt the effect of that Dominator.
No, he's not got the chance to do much this game. 1-2-1, it's been a tough one.
I'm curious about it too. Maybe we'll be able to hear from like after the game or something in particular, if there's an actual other reason of why he wanted it. But 11K lead now for Liquid. Tundra just unable to really touch the two beefy cores, the two main ones on the side of Liquid. Nisha and Mickey. 7-1, 6-0.
Yeah, I mean, whoop.
Mickey.
Get the setup on him. He doesn't even care, Mickey.
Another
Just
stun.
casually walking away. They'll jump in now. They'll put the global. In return, they'll get the combo on towards mid one. He just dies.
He's broken. And Nisha's coming in. He sees the back line.
I mean, can the rest of Tundra even get out? Nisha, he's looking for Whitemon, has the chains at the ready, stops the TP. Saxa will get the fortunate chance to run, but yeah, 2 more dead on Tundra.
I feel like I sound like a broken record, but get rid of Nisha's Ember.
There's no way. There's no way you can let Nisha have this sort of setup on his Ember, right? You've got to address the Nisha Ember Spirit in the draft, in the lane and such, because these sort of games, he's getting so many of them.
Yeah, just it's too much. It's too much how much the Mage Slayer can just cripple like the game plan that you have going on. Your sanking at some point just feels like I don't want to ever go in.
Yeah.
So I just get all my damage.
If you're gonna let Nisha get his Ember Spirit, I'd be happy if you just have 5 heroes with
physical.
lockdown.
Yeah, or that, yeah.
But either, yeah, 5 physical heroes or 5 lockdown. But that's the main focus of the draft. It has to be. Don't let Nisha just get to have 3 wins on his Ember.
And honestly, even though Mickey, we mentioned at the early part of the game, he struggled. Liquid also with their Tiny, they always seem to just have.
Yeah, he's in a great. He's in a
Mickey.
fantastic spot now.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the moment, what, nearly 5K ahead of Crystallis' Terrorblade.
I mean, he's the best carry Tiny at the moment by far.
Okay. Yeah.
And he tends to always have these games, even if he does get slowed down. Saberlight, he's very tanky.
See what they can do about it.
He's very tanky.
Oh, look what Nisha's found as well. Amplify damage rune for him.
He's not half HP.
Okay. It's getting pretty brutal.
Crystallis can't turn up.
We're seeing these heroes evaporate.
Done.
We're seeing carries getting dove. It's getting rough.
They couldn't even. I mean, we've seen a couple games where they like to go on centaurs. The centaur just stays.
Oh, BZM looks a bit done.
Yeah.
He looked pretty done there. He did not look in a great spot.
And he's probably, it's also you're asking, he's like, why the hell am I going for Centaur there too? I think we've seen that a couple of times, people just jumping this super over tanky hero. He's Galeguard too.
Galeguard, Reaver, nearly heart-whacked. Uh-oh.
Greaves done now also, from another one of these little auras that they decided to go for. And they've got the banner for the push. Tundra. The game has completely collapsed.
It really has.
7 minutes, really.
Oh, there's the heart.
Good luck touching.
So how much HP we got? 4,400 HP on you. You're off laner here, 33 minutes in. You got 4k HP on the Tiny. It's a lot of HP you got to try and get through.
BZM, be careful. Uh-oh.
I think he might be done with the game.
I think it's done.
I think
he did the eyebrow raise.
Yeah,
He's like, wow.
BZM's had enough of this one. He's like, guys, I can't turn this around.
I can't play.
I can't save this game.
Jump.
Yep.
Socks up. Saberlight's like, end the game.
Yeah.
He gets over. Hit the tier 4s.
Well, at least for like the first 15 minutes or so, it was kind of a calm, chilled, close match, and then suddenly it's like, whoa.
As soon as Mickey turns up with BKB, the game is just decided.
Tundra couldn't do anything. Couldn't do anything at all. They get the toss back. Maybe they can kill Mickey though once. Nah, they can't. Global Silence comes out. Chains holds back Crystallis. Tier 4s are going down. Ancient is exposed.
Aghanim's on Nisha. Mickey will go down the ones in a moment.
Nisha's just hitting the Ancient.
Yep. Saberlight 2. Mid one.
Got the BKB.
Let's get the BKB off.
I guess the borrowed time off as well. Trying to chase Liquid back. They'll push them off the Ancient.
Okay, they won't end it yet. Looks like there's going to be time for another fight. Liquid will back away. Playing it safe. And they're forcing Tundra. I mean, they're forcing Tundra into dangerous position, coming outside and then looking to take the fight out there. Liquid smoked up, fake back. They're anticipating where they predict that Crystallis is going to go, and I think they just saw him with that ward. They did.
Uh-oh.
Farewell.
He's dead for 70. No buyback on him.
Back to the tier 4s. Now they have BKB cooldown. How long on Mickey? 30 seconds, so probably going to just force the mid wave in. Global in 15 as well.
A full swift link here.
Yep. It's just a smooth approach now for Liquid and for Tundra. They just can't team fight, so they're going to have to hope for a tier 4 dive into a fountain dive.
Good amount of brain drain as well. This game on Insane.
How much did he end up getting?
30 at the moment.
Ooh, that's actually pretty solid.
Nice amount.
Another one on Soxa. Yeah, you imagine this is just Tundra discussing what went wrong, getting ready for that next game.
I mean, I think you can kind of sort things out a little bit more in the draft, right? There's no way they can let Nisha have a free Ember game.
The thing is, though, too, is they did get everything that they wanted, right? Like we mentioned, but Liquid got everything they wanted too. So it just seems like Liquid's read on everything just is a little bit better in comparison, especially with how they played in this mid game at that 20 to 30 minute mark. That's mid one.
Let's get the borrowed time off before the break and the global comes into play.
Saberlight's just hitting it.
Yeah, Nisha's just slight fisting them in the fountain as well.
Mickey.
BZM's it. They'll make the jump over towards Moeta. Now we'll turn towards Saberlight. Can they kill the center? They're trying. Mid one's dead though.
No. And BZM dies.
As Liquid, they'll rack up a couple more kills before the game ends. GG is called. A rough one here for Tundra. It got rough very, very quickly after. I said a calm beginning. Kind of like 10 to 10, I think it was. You know. We'll see what happens in this game. Game 2.
Yep.
Obviously, things have changed up this time around in the mid lane. We're not getting any Ember Spirit from Nisha getting through this time round. They were able to make sure that wasn't going to happen a second time here, Tundra. And, overall, what do you sort of make of this?
Insania. Double blood grenade immediately stacked up.
Should still have him though, right?
Give it to mid one.
And there we go. There we go. So first blood for mid one to start this one off. This game we can see him on the brew.
Look what he's queuing up again already. Mid one. It looks like he wants to go Dominator again.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Loves the Dominator.
Does. Definitely. I mean, if he does commit for him, but based off of that, he does. So that's interesting to see if he wants to go down that route, similar to last time. There's maybe this one has a little more merit because he's not playing versus globals and stuff, but I'm not sure because maybe he just really likes this item. So okay, cool to see. And yeah, we get to hear Moon sounding like the Moon of old times, you know, a bit annoyed about Nisha having that fantastic game and them just playing around him completely. So looking to have answers versus Nisha, and they definitely do this time. They have the silence from the Puck, the silence from Night Stalker, the shard from the TA eventually, Ice Path, etc. So they have control. And I would say for Tundra this time, a better early game draft. The other one, they actually got off to a good start, but you could see that Liquid just had a mid-game timing that they couldn't control. So this one, I feel like they can fight back easier without needing as many items in Tundra. Lots of team fight, too, that they've got now coming in with that Puck, with the Brewmaster. But I'm glad, actually, that Lizard brought this up at the end, because we do have to mention the stand-in factor, right? Brew can sometimes be a bit of a difficult hero to fully coordinate with things, too. So we'll have to keep tabs on that throughout the game. And yeah, Enigma 5 position. So a bit of an interesting switch up that we don't really see almost at all. So looking forward to see what Insania is going to do with that as well, too. Because he's, I mean, he used to do it, right? He used to do this 5 Enigma, but it's just not.
But why has it sort of fallen off as a 5?
It's just better as a 3, and it's the thing about Enigma is he's very specifically picked in order to counter some of these like the hard carry safe laners, right? Like these Morphlings, and he's just too good at it. So why would you sack him into a position of 5? There's better 5s, so. This time around, Liquid definitely seeing something in it. They do have big Wombo combo with that Darkseer, which I'm looking forward to in the later stages. But
yeah, they got the kind of the triple black holes, right? The black hole, the vacuum, and the Agnim's Vortex down the line for the storm.
I didn't think about that.
You know what I mean? They've got all the drag them in spells.
Yeah. And we'll see what he can actually do, because overall it's a very passive style as a 5 position, which I feel like most of these 5s nowadays, they do a lot, right? So we'll see how that ends up going down. He's securing the lane. It's a free lane for Mickey since he's playing versus that double melee. Storm versus Puck. Nisha having the edge at the moment versus BZM. 13-4 to the 9-3. But both offlaners definitely going to have a slow time as usual, especially this Darkseer that we see pretty much always have a slow start. But level 3, when they have it, Saberlight, they're about to have that 3, so when they've got that double Ion Shell, they do have one of the best heroes to utilize it. They have the Tusk. So could definitely see some kill threat come out here, even if Saberlight has, you know, pretty underwhelming last hits.
Absolutely, yeah. Chrysalis and Whiteman have to be careful.
Yep. He's got the level 3 now. So.
Yeah, massive kill potential.
Yeah, Boxy just waiting. He's got the snowball and the shards. He'll give, looks like, what, solo XP for Saberlight for now. We'll see if they do look to make that move. Because Whitemon is stepping up super far.
Indeed, he went right up for that. They don't want to go.
Yeah, they're hesitant.
They still feel, I guess, with Saberlight as low HP as he is, it's not the time to make the move yet. He'll salve out.
Salve, yeah. He's probably like, hey, wait for it. Like, just let me get my full health before we commit so we can get the kill. So.
Playing sensible. Because obviously we did see what last game, right? Saberlight did die a few times in the lane.
He did.
So he probably wants to play this early game a little more careful than he did the first game.
And that was
early
him
deaths.
Also having like a really good start getting first blood too, and he still ended up giving some kills that probably shouldn't have happened. Boxy, he surges him to ensure that he can get the stack, and Nisha, aggression in mid, while also bottom.
Yeah, they're going to try and make a go onto mid one. Mid one should be fine. It's got a lot of 1 charges. Indeed, in the mid, they get in with the silence. They'll be able to get the kill before any sort of save comes in. Boxy tries to roll forward.
Lift the wave. That 1 creep, it's tanking.
Yeah, Boxy could be in trouble as well. I'll get the stick off. And yeah, Boxy gets dove, gets killed off.
BZM, get that tower aggro off route. He will be okay.
Yeah, good pressure there from Tundra mid.
Exactly like Moon was saying, you know, shut down Nisha.
Yep.
So immediately with a 3-hero rotation off of the early start, we'll be able to do so. Liquid, of course, because of that rotation. Saberlight now up to 21 last hits.
Oh, mid one.
He's got 21.
He does.
He'll be okay. And Saksa, they're still playing around mid. So looking to continue applying this pressure around Nisha before he hits the 6. Nisha's going to put the ward to be able to protect himself. He missed both those stacks, Nisha.
Uh-oh.
Bit of a rare mistake. Yeah, didn't get either of them on that hard camp. Whoops. BZM is going to take advantage of this, hit the tower a little bit in the mid lane, but Nisha wants to soak that 6. Whitemon looking to contest or see the stacks. We see blocks, he puts the sentry down. Since he's playing versus the Darkseer, probably expecting those stacks to be coming out soon.
Man, he's going to keep battling Boxy here. He's not scared at all of this level 2 Tusk.
Pushing the limits here.
Saberlight's now coming over. And Boxy is getting rather low himself. Another dual breaths up.
He's got the snowball to play around.
He's making space, Whitemon.
He is.
Probably going to die for the space that he's making.
He's doing some damage, though. Yep.
He might
Dual
be.
breath.
There's another dual breath. He might just get the kill, right?
Should take him out. It's going to be really close.
No! He's going to live.
The tango running saves him.
That was close.
Nice attempt there from Whitemon. Space, right? Space for Crystallis to be able to get every single last hit.
Yeah, he's having a great time top right. And against a lane that could have potentially pressured him, right, if they'd hit the timings.
Nisha's got the invis, but they do have a sentry. If Saksa wants to drop it, doesn't actually try, because I don't think he expects them to have that kill threat on Nisha.
At bottom, this time round, mid-one won't be able to save himself with any number of one charges. They push for the kill, and they're able to get him.
He's actually gotten level 5, though. That's not bad. I've seen some of these brews when they're playing with the double melee and, you know, getting ditched literally at the immediate start of it, have a much harder time. All things considered, that's not bad for mid one. Of course, not pressuring Mickey at all, but at level 5.
It is going to stay hard, though, right, until he hits the 6 if he just gets left down here on his own.
Yeah, I think they'll come down and help him, though. Yeah. I think Saksa will look to play around him here, just ensure that 6. Because when he has the 6, they can actually threaten kills as well, too, early. They have good early game with the brew and the puck.
And nothing crazy with the 7-minute wisdoms. Both teams able to claim their own.
Let's say Liquid's game this time around, their approach is much more passive than their last one. The last one, it's a very active lineup that wants to fight at specific timings. This one, it can be a little slower, right? It's a Battle Fury PA lineup. It's a Darkseer. Tends to be a little bit slower as well to come off the line. So for them, it does feel like Tundra can capitalize and look to make some good early moves because mid one's going to have this 6 very soon. And they have the coil at the ready too, so see where they want to look to make that first big strike, if they want to try to pressure a tower with it, or if they're just going to keep the lane steady and just look to just go with the heroes, like the 2 heroes at each lane to pressure those towers. Whitemon steps up deep again, goes for the liquid fire poke on the tower, but an instant TP from Nisha will punish that. That was too cheeky from Whitemon. No creeps whatsoever, he just walks up and liquid fires it.
And Nisha able to swing back and get that shield brim pickup as well before BZM was able to jump top.
Got some good RNG, getting that rune up there. And of course, it being a shield rune, make sure that BZM can't actually go for the kill.
And even though mid-one continues to get left down on his own, he's very close to hitting the 6, and once he has that...
He got 2 denies right under him, too. That was nicely done there from mid-one. And it is also, you know, we were mentioning the double melee thing and all that, how it can be a struggle for the Brute, but he is also playing versus that passive 5 Enigma, right? So that's why we're seeing mid-one have this...
Yeah, he's chilling. You know, the farm's not crazy, but he's not dying. He's not dying a lot, just what the wants, right, so far.
Yep, and he's got split now, and the Dominator is soon on the horizon. To go for the coil, Mickey.
It looks pretty dead here, right? Is there anybody jump out in time? No, they've got the coverage with the silences. BZM makes sure that there's no chance.
He's just
for
here.
Retreat. Mickey. He's going to try and get the drag back on BZM. He's got phase shift in a second and still has the numbers here, Tundra. So Liquid, now to back off.
Throw Blood Grenade onto Insania, but can't push forward onto the kill there. If they go any, yeah, if Liquid steps any further, the Bruce Split comes out, so they know not to push further into that. Good rotation. These pucks heal so much. This innate actually makes such a big difference every single time, because it looks like he might die, and then it dodges 2 hits and heals like 150 or whatever it is. Good rotation coming out from BZM to slow down that farm. Saberlight now able to, I mean, he's been alone versus this TA, so he's actually thriving. Top core on the side of Liquid now. I believe he's got his Vanguard. Looks like Mickey maybe wanting to get a little involved. Maybe just enhancing his farm with that Iron Shone style, actually. Really secure the last hit. Nighttime about to hit. Saksa checking for the power rune. It will be an Arcane. It has the 2 points in the silence. Him and BZM can dictate a lot of pace, being able to look for the kills on the mobile cores of the Storm and the PA.
Oh, he's in.
Jumps forward deep.
He's going to find him pretty low here. He's got the Dream Coil as well. The TPs are coming in. He won't be able to finish off Nisha straight away. And he's going to die for that attempt. And deep with all the backup coming in, they'll be able to punish Saksa for trying to follow up and look for that that go there. I mean, it was low. It was tempting.
It was tempting.
You could see how tempting that was.
It was. He played it perfectly, just on the cusp of the coil, doesn't
Yeah.
break it, gets out of the range from that silence. I'm sure Moon's sitting back there and he's like, 5 heroes porting to protect Nisha, of course. As he does end up surviving with an overextended
that was-
Tundra.
Like, yeah, you gotta go for that. It's too
can't
too
blame him.
tempting.
You really can't
You
blame
catch him like that, you're like, well, I gotta give it a go. See who TP's in.
Yep.
But couldn't get it there, BZM.
All right, mid one. He's got his split, and he's got the Dominator. See how much they can apply, how much pressure they want to apply this game early on here, since they've taken bottom tower, looking to pressure mid, as we said, Tundra. This time around, can be more of the aggressors with these 2 ults available.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant structures are
Nice.
fortified.
I'll let this tower go down. Everyone looking for the last hit. Neither of them get it.
So many times at this tournament, we're seeing people miss those last hits. So, well, what can you do? Invasion, they do see some stacks. Do they actually want to contest one? Or I think they just want to keep hitting towers. I feel like right now when you have Brew Split and you have Coil,
Saberlight.
you feel very strong for the fights on the side of Tundra. Saberlight
See if we can get out of here.
does have 4 points in Surge, so he's able to distance himself.
Dire's turret has been killed.
Ward placed behind the tower also from Tundra, so looking to really apply that pressure onto this top tower also. And Crystal's, he did, by the way, I wanted to point this out, but there's some stuff happening. He did pivot on his build a little bit. He went Falcon Blade. We usually don't see that, so it's been interesting. So wanting that little extra mana regen, since he probably just feels like he's just going to be sitting back and farming. And then he's queuing up the Blink. So we saw Mickey do that the other day, where he was going for the Blink before that Deso, because he wants to play around.
Yeah, I mean, Mickey went for the blink before the Dragon Launch.
Yeah, he did.
He went, what, 8-minute blink dagger?
He did. So definitely something interesting, because they're looking to play fast on the side of Tundra this time around, what that tells me.
Yeah.
If he does go mid for it, which it looks like he is. So Ward does get found. Boxy was able to find that one, mid one.
Gonna try and see what they can poke out of the Brewmaster.
Not an easy kill.
No, not at all. Snowball forward on the creep, but yeah, mid one's chilling. They cannot push the primal split out of him.
Nice little Hurricane play. Now he's got this Purge. This can be, like we said, the Purge creep is the one that I was looking at the last game also. Versus Darkseer, it's one of the better creeps that you can get. He's being efficient too. Look at him stacking. Mid one with the micro. 5-4 though, things slowing down.
Yeah, both carries getting the chance to free farm. Chrysalis just with that little bit of a lead right now. With the Battle Fury on Mickey, we should start to see that gap close now that he's got his farming tool.
Liquid looking to strike, amp damage on Nisha.
Dire are scanning.
Is Tundra going to be ready to counteract this move? Who's going to show?
They're just going to go for the easy one here. For White Mom.
Sox is also spotted. He should be able to play himself out of this. They're TPing, they're rotating. Blink stun on TA.
Okay.
Chrysalis.
So if we can get the angle.
And they find Nisha. That's their prime target.
And he's going to make the jump to go straight for Insania. Burst through the Enigma. And Desaxa.
Coil on two.
Jump on a Mickey. And Boxy will be able to step back over. Nisha still with plenty of mana to play with, so can jump out. Boxy's not going to get the chance to TP out.
Nisha?
As Saxa's able to interrupt. So Boxy will be left behind.
Saxa is still stalking in the area around Nisha. Nisha maybe looking for a solo play.
Oh, there's a regen wound, but indeed White Man's going to stop
Here's
Nisha from
Saxa.
being able to grab that.
He's on top of him.
Is there any further help coming in for Nisha? There's not.
Nice play from Saxa. Lingering around, yeah, definitely deserves that tip. A really good play from him. He just stuck around waiting in the area, and they're both communicating on these two supports, baiting Nisha for that rune.
Yeah, and it's really starting to hurt. You know, Nisha's
he's
game.
struggling.
He's far, far behind.
And there's, like I said, a lot of silences, a lot of
Yeah.
control that he does have to deal with in this game as the Storm Spirit.
They've definitely addressed Nisha much better than they did in game one.
Yeah, and I love that we see this build from Saxa, right? 4 points in the Crippling Fear. Just 2 in the Void, all about just getting on top and limiting the mobility either from PA or Storm. Because if he gets on top of them, they're stuck. So yeah, very good stuff coming out from this Night Stalker. And this time, by the way, also, mid one is full committing. So he's going for that.
Okay, so yeah, straight for the Overlord. And I thought he was going to go for the same build as last game, the Helm of the Dominator into the Radiance, but yeah, all the way for the Overlord.
Hey, very cool. Very, very cool stuff. There's some really amazing Ancients that you can do.
Sure.
Right.
Any in particular when you look at this game and the draft that you think are going to be top of the list?
Usually it's the time, Time Warp War I feel like is super underrated, right? This becomes pretty crazy. You just cooldown reduction for your entire team in fights, but Besides that, it's usually just the HP one that people like to play around in some situations. Speed's not bad, but yeah, not an ancient, of course.
I guess would you say, though, when you're going for the full Helm of the Overlord, though, it does sort of tell you that the team wants to keep playing this fast, right?
But that's what the lineup is about, that, though, right? You're playing TA.
You're not...
TA Puck versus a Enigma, Storm, PA lineup that's definitely going to look to scale in later stages. So you want to play fast on Tundra.
Okay. And obviously the Helm of the Overlord brush it's going to fit that sort of pace. Whitemon dead again.
Oh, the neutral almost got him. That was so close. Soxa gets the shard too, so this is actually very nice for him since he's had this honestly amazing start on the Night Stalker already.
Yeah, he's doing fantastic.
He can farm a lot with the shard. So
and if he does indeed start to farm a lot with the shard, he's going to overtake Nisha.
He will, and the Blink Dagger is, I mean, I would almost say crippling, but it is crippling because with Crippling Fear also, the Blink, you get on top of the targets every time. You can also prevent Black Hole because it's not like Insania is going to have a BKB at any point in this game. You just blink inside of it. A lot of stuff that he can do with this.
I mean, you might have to buy a BKB as a support late. We've seen some supports this tournament having to get BKBs at some point.
He might have to. I mean, if he wants to play around Black Hole at all, Insania, I think he has to queue it up as his next item.
Can he get away with that, or is that grief for the team?
Maybe they might be
to build for the Black Hole.
Have to do something like that in later stages, but we'll see. Push coming bottom. He actually has the frenzy creep at the moment, so. I want to say there's also another cool creep that he can get. The other Thunder Hide, it gives like accuracy, if you remember. So versus PA versus...
How much? What's the numbers like?
40%, I think it is. I can't remember exact numbers on that one.
But a noticeable...
It's something.
Makes a little bit of a difference, yeah.
Tundra, look at this pace.
I mean, this is what you got to do. You get this Helm of the Overlord, 17 minutes in, you're ready to push high ground and just see what the enemy team, see what Liquid does.
I like this approach. Level 4 Liquid Fire online too, and we see Crystallis, he buys the shard, so Nisha needs a BKB. Honestly, I don't know how he fights without a BKB.
Yeah, he can't.
Storm.
He's just going to be completely away from the action until that BKB's there.
Yep. And Blink now for BZM too, so he's got the reach.
Yep.
This is a fast pace that Tundra's playing around this time around.
I like it.
Yeah, much
this is looking like a real solid approach from Tundra.
And for Liquid, the Blink is done for Boxy, but yeah, it just Nisha's game is just so difficult unless he can find and get some catches on backlines. They can cause some chaos in front, and Nisha's doing his own thing on the back. That's kind of how they approach the fight, but it's just not easy because they're going to save those silences for him. Liquid looking for the fight.
They're going to try. So it is very difficult, though, with all these silences in play. They're going to try and get the jump. Get over towards him. They can't burst BZM, though. BZM's able to get the face off. The Black Hole is there to catch him towards the end of it. The Primal Split is out from mid one. Looks towards Insania. Him and Saxa look to dive forward underneath the tier 2 to try and finish Insania off, but they don't quite manage to do so. Insania survives. Big K's picked off the back lines as Whitemon dies, and mid one's Primal Split now comes to an end.
Huge fight.
Insania. There's another round of the Eidolons off. They're able to close it onto mid one. They kill him off after the split. I mean, quick moves there, and I think Insania, okay, does go down at the end of it as Crystallis.
Hide.
Do they know he's here? I don't think they know. They don't know he's in between the trees.
He's hiding.
He hasn't got a TP.
It's coming though. It's coming. He can get himself out of here.
All right. Well, there we go. So Chris is at least able to pick up a bit of a bonus at the end of it. But yeah, the fight kind of goes down a bit awkwardly, right? Because sure, the Black Hole stops very quickly, but they can't actually kill Insania.
Yeah.
He lives.
This was pretty much opportune jump of Boxy when he saw BZM use both of his abilities.
Yeah.
They just burst the puck instantly, and from there, Nisha actually has Rain in the fight to be able to jump and zip it out without that BKB. So
yeah, I mean that was the thing as well because BZM nearly got out. It was just that tiny black hole that was all that they needed to lock him down after he came out the phase shift. It's causing Insania getting to do his job very well in that team fight.
And it's about causing that chaos, right? We saw Saberlight just start things with a big vacuum wall, and at that point, it's like, oh god, we can't actually get that silence and control that we wanted, and then Nisha can actually play without that BKB. So
I mean,
Liquid.
And it is exactly what we're talking about, right? Insania is going to go just for the BKB for himself. Because if he walks into these fights, pops BKB, pops Black Hole, that causes a lot of issues for Tundra.
And that was the biggest fight of the game for Liquid. Tundra need to find a way to reestablish things because now Nisha is going to get towards that BKB. The PA is at a very, very good spot, and Tundra's draft, it is on a timer.
Yeah, the BKBs are going to be a big problem.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like they can really slow it down. I feel like they still have to look to set tempo, look for fights, but Liquid's the one catching.
I mean, look at this. They get the jump. They've got the Vortex follow-up. They have more than enough to lock down BZM. This is some scary moments now for Tundra. They needed to keep this momentum in their favor. They're starting to lose it.
They can't be hemorrhaging heroes like this. They can't get picked off versus that Storm. They have Deso on TA. They can look to set up for that Roche when puck does respawn, but yeah, Liquid starting to get into comfortable positions to be able to fight in this 5v5 with these BKBs. Dangerous moments for Tundra.
I think they got to try poking high ground again.
Yeah, I don't think they can make... I think 1 or 2 more mistakes in this game from Tundra, and Liquid is going to have just complete control. BZM will be respawning. This ward that they placed down to catch him needs to get addressed. It's going to go top. BZM is already here for him. Or Boxy's already here for BZM. He's got to be careful.
A little too deep for Nisha to follow up with the ball lightning, so they won't go for the lead in.
For the courier. That's the BKB.
It's a big snipe.
Okay.
That's a big snipe. So no BKB for 2 minutes, whereas it could have been there now.
And Nisha, they're on top of him. He zips right into them.
I mean, this is where they just killed the courier,
Oh,
wasn't
what a
it?
play.
They did that, but they just killed the courier in that spot, right?
Right there.
I don't know if that's the spot you want to be zipping into.
Well, that gives him Roche.
Okay.
So, perfect timing there for Tundra to get that. And it's a Deso stack, right? Yep. All right.
Oh, that was...
Tundra got handed Anisha.
Yeah, they just broke him, I guess, when they killed his courier. It was like, well, if my courier can't live, why would I want to? He's dead, and indeed, Roshan should be Tundra's. I mean, Liquid, do they try and make any sort of play towards this? They just let it go.
Without the Storm, I don't think you can. They're going to look to make a play bottom in the meantime.
I mean, they could Black Hole, but it's just a question if they have enough damage during the Black Hole to kill him.
They're connecting with the PA. If Mickey's there, they
Do
probably
you
can.
to Black Hole or to not to Black Hole?
He's got a stun. I don't think you need to waste Black Hole.
He's going to split, though. You don't want a Black
Actually,
Hole
maybe
and try...
you do.
Yeah, you're Black... Okay, but yeah. You're Black Hole.
Sure.
You're Black Hole.
I thought he was going to wait for the split and then Black Hole. That's why.
Oh, because then you
know?
waste the split
Then you
cooldown.
waste the split.
Maybe that's what he wanted to do.
I think he was probably
kind of waiting to see if the split came out and then do that. That's true.
Mid one was probably saying, I'm not going to split because that's what he's doing, right? So these players, big braining things.
Yeah, they were trying to outbrain each other.
And in the meantime, Christos finds another kill on Boxy, so another Deso stack has been attained. So Tundra, back to business here.
Okay, same below.
BZM deep again. Won't be able to get away this time. Nisha's BKB, 40 seconds until it goes back. So they could potentially get him again before he has it come out, since they have those traps and they have these silences at the moment. See if Nisha plays in a dangerous position again, since that was a very reckless jump before. Looks like he'll be sensible. Camps are blocked. That sentry has been there for a long time to be able to prevent that Ancient. Queuing up the Orchid next on Nisha, playing versus the Puck. Tends to be one of those great options. Also versus the Brew. And Tundra looking to accelerate. As he said, this is their game plan.
Yeah, they got to keep it going, especially now with the Aegis.
And this is a good ward they've got here. They see Mickey.
That's a good jump. Should be forced to BKB. Or maybe he feels he's just dead. Okay, now put the BKB now, but he's already taken quite a lot of damage.
He has nothing to jump to.
He's going down, surely. Macropire's laid out. Mickey will not survive this.
I mean, that's huge. Now they can look to pressure, maybe even get another kill, and look for a team fight on the side of Tundra. The blink on Sox, as we mentioned, he wants to find more.
Let's have a look.
Boxy's here.
Boxy. BKB now in the hands of Nisha. Boxy tries to TP. It's too much damage. Saberlight, he will get out before anything comes his way.
No cancel. Otherwise, they'd probably catch him as well there. Tundra, a nice sweep across the
Gotta
map.
keep it going. Get this top wave push round.
It's a very good kill, though. This ward, some of these wards have been staying up for some time. That one bottom does catch him. It's one of the fresher ones, of course, but pretty much ideal timing for them to get on top of that PA. No one near him to help. Jump forward, Nisha.
One mom.
It's a bit tanky
Actually gets the ice path off onto the two of them. That's going to stop them from being able to kill him off. And now Saxa will jump in with the silence. Get the traps onto the both of them. Nisha has to put the BKB. He's considering trying to fight back, but he's heavily outnumbered. He does not want to be here anymore, Nisha. He has to run.
They're forcing these BKBs. They're doing a great job here on Tundra of just continuing to
Oh,
forward.
he goes for the coil.
Sox is here.
Actually gets it on the three of them. It's a little bit too much of a dive, though.
Soxa, I think if Soxa had blink, he goes for it, but it was cooldown.
You think he would have?
I
Just
think he actually might have.
throw himself in there, try and take down Nisha.
If he just gets like a hit, a void plus the cripple, he'll get that kill. But yeah, blink was cooldown for a second. Applying pressure on the tier 2.
He has to jump on a Boxy instead. See Mickey leap forward as well into this.
Ice path.
And they get the lockdown, and the melt hit comes in. Boxy's gone.
Big wall.
Get the blocker, but it gets cancelled.
He did BKB.
He did a BKB.
Insania.
Oh no! He's dead. They get the drag down onto Chrysalis with the Vortex, but it's not enough.
Tundra, they're gonna crush this.
Oh, he did a BKB fogged.
Insania, he farmed it this whole time.
Oh,
He just doesn't
no.
use
My support farming BKB for this? What?
it. Tundra, doing exactly what they need to do. 7K lead now. They can take out this tower, and I believe Liquid did use the glyph. So that's their high ground glyph. Tundra wants to continue to pressure here.
I mean, if he BKB in a black hole, right, how many did he grab? He actually grabbed quite a few.
It was 2 or 3 at least. He had all the buildings plus at least one target. Crystalis
Okay.
walking up. I mean, they can go for this push. There's no glyph. Big hit from Tundra.
Liquid looking a bit shaky in this game too.
I mean, Insania in particular just didn't use his BKB.
That's the mid-tier 3 gone.
Mid one.
Well, they get the silence.
The Prowler hit.
And Nisha has to put the BKB. He's going to try and turn over towards Chrysalis, but of course Chrysalis does still have that Aegis. And Nisha is taking so much damage here with this TA. He's got to keep his distance. Nisha will survive if they bring Chrysalis down the ones. Saberlight looking to set up here for round 2. PCM's in though, gets the Dream Coil onto Nisha. And with the melt, they have the Malefice on towards him, but he's able to force down to the low ground, get out of this. Nisha reaches forward, gets the grab on a BZM. Mickey comes in with the crit. They'll cut down the puck.
They're going to hemorrhage some kills here.
So if they can get mid one as well. Oh, Shard's not going to trap him.
Nice ice path, too.
It's a bit of an awkward chase now. Tundra should be able to get everyone else out of here safely.
They want the Prowler. They'll get it. They get the tower, and it looks like they will get the range racks. They forgot about the catapult. Hoo-yah!
Oh,
Does get the last
look
hit.
at him go. Good old Carty.
I mean, this Carty's crushing it. Good pressure play
See
again.
this? How many would he have got?
I think it was 3, right? I couldn't see. I know it was a lot of Bruling, so maybe that was distracting me, but
Because it was a very, very short-lived black hole.
let's see.
Oh, he would have got 3 of them. Saxa, BZM, and mid one were all caught. He would have had all.
Well, it happened.
It happens. It won't happen again, I'm sure. You
I'm
know, that's
sure.
one of those things. It happens once in a game, doesn't happen twice.
Well, they have so the thing is, though, Liquid do have these BKB timings, so they do have ways to strike back in the fight. Tundra still with a comfortable 8K lead, but do have to be careful about the Wombo combo that they are playing against. MKB finished up. Crystal still very farmed.
There we go.
Now, let's see if they do land the Wombo combo on the side.
Because the potential we saw.
It's
the
there.
potential's there.
Absolutely. Radiant stun for mid one. Gonna go down the pipe route next. So wanted to still get a bit of scaling. Going for that Radiance route, of course. But back to pressuring. Tundra on Liquid's side of the map. Liquid prepared for the defense. They've got everything ready. Tundra just has to be very wary of the positioning of Saberlight and Insania to ensure they don't get like 2 or 3 men vacuumed. I feel like it's been a long time since we had these type of like big like a decider of being just
Well, like a good old-fashioned black hole.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It feels. I didn't know it got the buff. I didn't know it kept the buff.
I was walking around with the stack
buff. It's pretty funny. Another smoke. Tundra. Looking to catch and perhaps just poke and force a BKB before a fight kicks off, but not going to be able to find anybody. Crystals continues to get to scary territories. Almost has the crit now finished as well after MKB. These targets are going to die fast if he's able to actually attack. That is going to be the question, right? Is Liquid going to be able to control the TA?
I mean, BKB, Black Hole, the TA, I think you're kind of in a good spot in these team fights if Mickey's around to dish out the damage.
Definitely. Tundra. Somehow they have to like poke and prod those BKBs before the fight kicks off. Even with the 12K lead, you have to be careful of the combo versus a PA. Mid one. Oxy leading the charge.
BZM hiding in the trees.
He's got a Lincoln's. Much harder to bring down. He jumps forward. Scouts them out.
I do see mid one at the side.
Can they bring him down? He's on wind form.
Can they burst him? Bash comes in. They can.
Oh, I felt like they missed 0 attacks there. Serrated Shiv, I guess, coming into play also. It's a big kill. 40 seconds. They're going to continue to look for another one, perhaps. Nighttime is hit. Saxa looking to play with that vision. They see Nisha, but he's too close to his team. They can't look to force his BKB. He's got a regen, too, for this next fight. And seeing that Nisha he pivoted his build, probably because he saw, he saw how much damage Crystallis was hitting him for.
Yep.
Says, you know what, screw it. We don't need Orchid. We've killed BZM a couple times. We've shown we can. I need armor. I need to be able to survive in these fights and stand my ground. How far on the blink on Insania? He's getting close, Owen. So the potential for him blink black holing.
It's pretty
growing.
huge. You know, as I said, building this way, building for himself is essentially building for the team because of how powerful the black hole can be this game.
And he did build the one team item. You know, he went the Solar Crest for his boy first.
He's probably brought a couple of wards as well, a couple of sentries, you know.
It's insane. You know, he's making Boxy play the 5 this time, let's be honest.
But yeah, because I think you just go BKB blink, and I think you get the refresher next, right? You just go all in on it. Do you need anything else?
No, that's all. That's all they're playing around. It's just big, big black holes. Hex now also finished up for Sableye. He's been quietly farming up a storm.
They've got a lot of catch. It's going to be a bit tricky for Tundra in these team fights.
They have to break that Linken's from BZM, but now they have a lot of different ways to control this puck, because we've seen they've been able to do it even without that before. Push commencing again.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Fair bit of damage onto this tower here. Kill it in time. They do. Plus 250. Looking for bid. Saksa trying to force something here, trying to catch anyone he can, but Liquid just continuing to play very clustered and together.
Oh, Nisha.
Oop, used a lot of mana. He has
He's
regen.
got the regen, yeah. Tundra, they're really going to want that next Roshan.
Yeah, they're trying to find a fight like where they can get a pick off in particular, but Liquid just, honestly, they're just hugging each other, so they're not really giving
It's
that
hard.
chance, but
Yeah,
look at the lanes, though. Liquid does have to address them, because they are just literally hugging each other. As you said, a 13,000 lead. Crystallis has the Daedalus. He commits the gold. Roche going to be that next point of contention, the biggest point. Saksa hasn't committed his gold either. He does have buyback. I thought that perhaps Crystallis might actually save for buyback, because, you know, going back to things of like Wombo combo and
the
big
black
ults.
hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If one of those big ults gets used, sometimes you can just buy back and turn a fight afterwards of it. But yeah, he commits, so he does an insane amount of damage on this TA. They're actually going to start the Roche. Insania on
What's
the side.
Tundra going to do about this?
It's tying.
They've got to do something soon if they want to do anything.
Nisha.
And everyone steps in.
Nisha.
The primal split out, Nisha.
Nisha.
He's got to be very careful, taking a lot of damage after he gets caught in the ice path initially. The zip over towards the Saxon's Night Stalker.
The split was used as well. Roche is at 2,000 HP. Buybacks coming in.
Yeah, it's actually going to come in with that straight away. Can they still contest this Roche, though? As you say, they're not going to have split. Split's gone.
And Nisha's able to reset, too. He almost died in 4 attacks.
Yeah, that was... We're seeing, obviously, with that incredible DPS that Crystallis has built up.
Mid-one's getting Raxes. He's split pushing with that Overlord.
He's doing a lot of work. Mickey!
He's so low.
He is. He'll get the BKB off. Tries to stand his ground, but Mickey's just dead.
Saksa jumped the back line in the meantime, so Insania actually had to black hole the Night Stalker, so he couldn't follow up.
See if Mid-One can get anything more for this. He's looking towards Boxy. Has BZM jump back over, gets the Dream Coil down onto the 3 of them, so Boxy's dead. Nisha's still got a bit of mana to play with after this Dream Coil comes to an end. They have the Hex locked down. The Ice Puff will stop any further coming in from the Storm Spirit. The Silence now onto the 2 of them. Sableye tries to TP out. He'll get away, but Nisha's gone, and Tundra with that fight. They might not have their TA, but they can step into the pit and finish off this Roche for themselves.
And Mid-One literally took the base. He took the bottom racks completely.
Big stuff.
A Roche. That was huge.
Big stuff there for Tundra. He's now got the AC done on Mid-One as well. Massive fight gets this game back on track for them.
And honestly, for Saksa, a massive fight for him. He got into the backlines. Popping that ult, gets on top of Insania, because you could see that Mickey was standing his ground because he's like, I need to just fight here and hope that my black hole comes in to protect me, but Saksa jumps the backline and prevents that jump. Very cool, kind of discombobulated fight, but works out beautifully for Tundra. And now with 2 racks. I mean, they got the range racks, of course, in the mid, but either way, some extra pressure that's going to be coming out on these lanes. This TA is doing so much damage, too. Doesn't get the Aegis, though, so we do have to foresay that. BZM is the one who's going to be carrying it since Crystallis did die during the fight.
To Liquid, do they want to try and fight into this Aegis?
I feel like Liquid is pretty reliant around just playing around the black hole.
It's black hole, right?
Yeah.
Black hole
They
or no
need that
fight.
for the comeback. For Tundra, they have easier approaches into these fights now. Let's see if Soxa does commit for that nullifier. It looks like he is. He's about to have it done. Yeah, I think it just continues. It's not like any next big item for Liquid. Maybe the Satanic on Mickey in particular is the next one that they maybe want to play around. But for the most part, it really is just they have to get those black holes now at this point versus Tundra. This Crystallis, nearly level 25, also picked up for him.
Liquid. They do have black hole up in about 25, so they could look to try and go for a smoke play. It would be into the Aegis. Do you go into the Aegis if you're Liquid?
I mean, the dangerous thing is also these waves. They have to address the 35-minute catapult waves. So first they have to do that. It's dangerous for them to fight too much outside because of this constant pressure. Honestly, mid one's Overlord is doing a lot of work this game. Compared to last time where it did almost nothing, this one, honestly, you got a full racks just because of this.
Absolutely worth it. Yeah, the build very much working out this game for mid one.
And honestly, this might be one of the better brews I think that we've gotten to see throughout this tournament.
That's true. We have been continuously disappointed with brew performances, but indeed mid one could be the one to stand in today, turn up and show us what's what with the brew.
Saberlight. BZM, juke it up.
They would have popped the Linkers, get the Hex upon him, he's gone. That's the Aegis
that's
out.
Aegis. He's completely alone.
Do you black hole this?
Likely just dead twice. Do you even need to?
Looks like you don't. Vortex into the Abyssal. They have him.
Oh, and that's a pretty big kill. They have 80 seconds that they can look for another potential catch.
And that's the Aegis gone pretty early, right?
Very alone. I'm just wondering what he was looking to get over here on the side of BZM, because he has this Aegis. That slows down their momentum.
It's just a cursed area of the map. We saw Nisha die there earlier in the game, and now BZM dying there. It's just a... If you're a mid laner, you don't want to go there, apparently.
And Mickey actually, okay, instead of going for that Satanic, he goes for the Abyssal for that extra control.
Yep,
So
he
now
had
they
it there.
Yeah,
which
different ways to
came into
pierce.
play there, right? It meant that they didn't need to commit the black hole. They had enough of it, yeah.
Look at this. They're Liquid. Been at an 8K deficit. Showing without black hole, they can get a massive pick off from Tundra. Don't want to be giving up kills like that. Going through the portal. Grouping up again.
Oh, insane.
Insane, I think they...
He's looking pretty dead.
Hello.
Oh. I don't know about that one, Fog.
That was an interesting one. There's some interesting stuff going on in this game.
Black hole for what? I mean, that's a 160-second cooldown there.
I mean, that's map. Like, they can now... Is Torment represents anything up from the get? No, not yet.
You go high ground now.
High ground.
You go high ground.
Go top lane and pressure. Immediately. That's a long time. I'm surprised he used it like that. It's early morning. 4K gold on Crystallis. Does he save the buyback this time? I think so, right?
I mean, buyback's just so...
It's so good versus black. But there is no black.
There is no black hole, so maybe you don't care now. Well, here we go.
Jump forward.
Gonna try and look towards Mickey, and he should turn straight towards White One. The Chikiro's gone. The Loop Stabilize return, though. Now Boxy Mickey, they go for Crystallis. They got the Bastions coming in. Crystallis is gone. And one, get the Primal split up. Can him and Saxa clean up something more here? They get a good push back here with the Dream Coil. Snap back on towards Mickey.
Oh, that was sick from
Very nicely handled there. As Boxy is going to be going down as well. So they lose Crystallis, but it's sort of similar to the Roshan fight where they lose the TA, but they have this lead. They're at this point where, indeed, the rest of them, BZM and Saxa, and they could kind of clean this up with the help of mid one.
That was a sick play from mid one. Breaking that coil with the Void Panda.
Very nicely done. And now they can get back on track with the tier 2 push.
The black hole's still 80 seconds, so...
That's a long time.
It's a very long time. Tundra gonna thrive off of that.
Absolutely, straight to the high ground.
I mean, this Rax probably just dead.
I mean, are you expending buybacks or?
Actually. I was thinking maybe he does buyback because they know there's no black hole, but I guess not. Either way, we'll be able to claim mid Rax.
Yeah, we'll see this again. Really, you know, the start they feel tempted to go for Whiteman, and they do get him, but they have to put the BKB on Mickey, make that initial go. Yes, they get Crystallis, but at this stage, killing the TA alone, it's just not enough. Mid one's getting the split off, the coil comes in onto the two of them, and at this point, the fight's over for Mickey completely.
Great job from BZM. using that coil on those two instead of on the southern side on Nisha, just making sure that he can grab the two.
Yeah, so he's been holding his spells well this game.
And they're not actually going to push, so they're not even going to get a Rax or anything out of getting that kill, because they don't have their TA, so
I guess that's what it is.
They can't push without him. But
And they probably feel pretty comfortable. They're aware that now, sure, they do want to play it fast, but they have that much of an advantage. But they do have the luxury of being like, let's wait until we do have the full 5-man before trying for a 4-man push.
That's true.
Another mini Black Holes online? No. Now, though, we've got the Aghanims on Storm.
Okay. Again, same story for Tundra. Just don't cluster too much inside of these fights. As long as they can not get caught by multi-black holes, they should still be in a pretty good position. But Liquid now can look to catch them off guard.
Yeah.
They have a smoke.
They've got a lot. They've got the true Black Hole from Insania, so the Aghanims Vortex on Nisha,
They're jumping.
and the vacuum.
They have a ward. They'll play around it. They'll get a pick. And they have a smoke for the potential next go.
I think you might want to try and go for another, right? If you're Liquid.
They got to adjust these lanes still. Again, 40 minutes, double catapult wave. Just have to push those out quickly first. I missed saying double catapult waves. I don't know why I stopped. They do matter.
Mickey still really needs that Satanic. It does feel in these fights. We're seeing, just having the protection of the BKB alone is not really enough. Needs to have that opportunity to sort of get that second life with the crazy burst heal.
Yeah, as long as if the puck's alive, right, he needs to have the BKB available. If the puck's dead, then he can kind of do whatever he wants with that BKB, perhaps in these fights. So 20k lead, Tundra. Christos is holding buyback, by the way. He did have the Swift Blink purchase part of it, but he's holding until he probably has the surplus. So to play versus that black hole. Tundra looking to position themselves on this left side. BZM nearly 25. Shrine of Wisdom. Liquid looking like they perhaps were expecting a fight there, but not going to be the case. I guess Tundra also, they're being patient because they probably want to wait for Roche.
Yeah, get the next Roche.
Versus the black hole too.
I got a few heroes. It'll be the third one, right? So the Refresher Shard will be pretty nice.
Pretty massive one for sure. You see Liquid just, completely huddled up, waiting for somebody, waiting for an opportunity to jump. Tundra not giving them that chance, though. And immediately, I have to point it out again, right? Bottom lane's going to push in. Mid, they can deal with on Liquid invisibly. But top, the Overlord's doing its thing again, Owen. So mid one, with his micro.
Constant pressure from
He's
him.
applying so much map pressure with this Brewmaster, with this Helm of Overlord. Top lane, I mean, someone's going to have to go up there pretty soon. Once it starts pushing in too hard.
Looking at mid.
Mid one, he will show.
I don't really want to go on him, though.
No, especially now when he's brewed up. He has 76 armor when he's brewed up. Even without brewed up, he has 56 armor, Owen. So not an easy target to go for with the PA by any means.
Saxa. He's going to find Boxy. See Nisha. Seeing if he can kind of get some sort of hold on this fight. Needs to be careful now. And mid one.
Gets the wraparound.
Let's start pushing them back. Liquid, they're backing off. Any further catch here from Tundra. Jump in, he'll get the 3-man Dream Call, BZM.
Follow up.
Saxon's going to get the jump on the side. He's found Insania, so he's bullying back the Enigma. They'll get the Vortex onto the two of them, but mid one and BZM are perfectly fine. 3-man vacuum, there's the Black Hole to follow up. Have they got the damage? Midcase coming in, yes they do! They bring down the three of them. That's the Black Hole they were looking for.
Saxa tried to stop him on the side, but I think he got Malefist and stunned and couldn't get to Insania. Insania's able to distance himself. They get the hold that they've been waiting for.
Yeah, the Dream one, the 3 cores.
Oh my god, and Owen, it's right when Roche comes up too. Tundra perhaps were waiting for that Roche.
It did feel like they were being patient for it, but they went a bit too far. BZM kind of gets the 3-man Dream Core. They get tempted to move in. I guess they felt with the comms as well, Saxa had made the jump over to Insania, so they were like, they felt it was going to be impossible for Insania to get in that position for the Black Hole, but he still does.
And it's a risky play though, right? If they played it patient, they could have perhaps just waited for the fight around Roche. 50 seconds until they respawn. BZM committed the gold. This is Liquid's.
Yeah, Saxa. He's trying to mess with this.
He's trying to steal.
It's not going to happen. Or it.
Is it?
Can he do anything here?
He got
he got the kill.
Was that the Ogre Seal total?
I think it was. He bounced on through, and he grabbed the Roshan banner as well by looks of it. No, was that the early one? That was the old one. So Liquid do get everything in terms of the pickups from this rush, but indeed, managed to get the kill there, bouncing on top of it.
I've never seen an Ogre Seal totem get the last. Oh god, but Tundra, their game plan has been broken, Owen. Now Liquid has time to be able to replenish that black hole after winning the fight. It's going to come back up in 80 seconds, almost when some of these heroes will be respawning. And they've got, I mean, 2 more of those black holes as well, too, as we see, since the refresher shard is on Nisha. Fight's looking to get harder and harder now for Tundra. Yeah, 50. Literally, as Soxa respawns, black hole is up exactly on the same time.
We'll see this.
It was the Seal Totem, right?
I think it must have been right. Unless it was, maybe it could have been the Macropire.
I think it was the Seal Totem that actually ended up getting that, though. It looked, because it looked like it was Soxa. He got the gold for it. It said plus 235 over his head. I'm pretty sure he was the one who got the last hit on it. So, we'll give him the credit, not the Macropire. Good now, much more comfortable position with an Aegis on Mickey too, and Black Hole coming back up at any moment.
Oh.
Tons of timings.
Trying to mess around with mid one.
She's committing still.
Poking for this.
Vortex, oopsie. Game feels like it's gotten almost 2 times as difficult now for Tundra compared to it was before because of all these extra items and now playing into this Aegis and them not having the liberty of that Aegis versus Black Hole. Soxa does have BKB. His job is pretty clear.
Mess with the Enigma.
Sit on the Enigma.
Which he tried to do last fight. I think it was because of the position of the map it was in. Insania managed to get kind of past that, you know, that wall that you can't pass. And he on the edge of the thing, so then Saxa couldn't continue to bully him back that far.
I think he got the Malefice off too, and he has Ogre Seal Totem, so he's able to distance himself.
He did,
and now this is actually a clever pickup too, so it's all about vision and control, how you want to be playing those fights. He's going Shadow Blade instead of that Refresher on the Enigma. So he knows how Soxa wants to play. He knows Soxa's being annoying hunting him. If he can play in the back line, just invis, then perhaps it's another option, so kind of cool.
Yeah, you know, the Shadow Blade Glimmer build. You don't see that often.
Yeah.
Save himself, save someone else.
He is playing versus the Dust, so Soxa does have that, of course. But you can't dispel Glimmer Cape. Or sorry, you can't
dispel the Shadow Blade, yeah.
So there is a nullifier up on Soxa. That one will not be dispellable on that Shadow Blade. Yeah, cool. I don't know. Very cool approach. Mid one almost Octarine, but it feels like these items for Tundra now at this point aren't that big. Crystallis's BKB absolutely is, but these other ones are not so much. It's just they cannot get caught in a multi-hero Black Hole.
It's the, Black Hole is going to absolutely be the decisive factor in these team fights.
They have to, I mean, they have to cause so much chaos in the fight of like split, go for backline, just get information, but I think you just have to full commit and find Insania. But then also, now you're playing versus the Storm, who has all these levels too. It's getting much more complicated.
They get the jump on mid one. And they burst him with a 3-man Ice Path as well as a 3-man Dream Coat coming into play. Mid one will get the split off.
They have the damage.
Insania's watching from the sidelines, seeing if he can use a chance to get in on this. Boxy will fall. Nisha will have to put the BKB. Mickey and Insania still waiting for an angle to get in on this. They'll hold back for now.
Mid one is getting that push going again top too. He's got the Dark Troll Summoner.
I think Tundra, they've got to keep chasing. They still have to respect the Black Hole, but they have the numbers 5 versus 4.
Soxa.
They'll get caught by the Hex. The damage comes in from Mickey. Saxa's gone and does not have buyback available.
He's important too. He is the Insania answer. Tundra gonna have to start backing away. They do have this pressure top. We do see that Dark Troll Summoner like I was mentioning from mid one, but push will get stopped.
Saberlight. Vacuum wall onto Whitemon. Whitemon's still able to get up to the high ground. Can turn with the Ice Path. Mid one's TP's over. Macropire's laid down. He's in with the Vortex. Gets the grab onto the 2 of them. Invisible Blade slam down as well. They'll grab both Whitemon and the Black Hole's there as well. Catches off the 2 big ones at the side. Insania's patience pays off once more.
Have to use the buyback. Soxa still doesn't have it.
It's tough. It's just proven to be too much. They just go again. They make the jump on Whitemon. The buybacks are coming out. Whitemon will be able to turn with the Ice Path. He'll lift this time. Nisha's pretty low on the mana.
Can they control him?
And he's got the BKB back up.
They've got the coil.
See if they got the damage. Nailed hits coming in. They do. They'll put a stop to the push, but it does cost them the 4 buybacks here on Tundra.
They need to get more. They're smoking to look for more catch. They need to punish the cooldowns. They need to punish the fact that Liquid split. They will get another one.
Tundra. They need to get a lot more here though.
Did they see the gem? They did.
Moxie trying to do his best to push himself away with the shards, but yeah, he is dead for 100 seconds, and then 70 seconds, no Nisha, but yeah, Tundra, 4 buybacks. They need more than just those kills. They've got to go and do some damage.
Get the mega creeps. That's kind of what I feel like they just have to kind of commit for it, even though it's dangerous still at this point. You know that he probably does have that buyback. And they did get the gem, so important that they were able to take that one. I didn't know you could drop gem while snowballing. That was actually a cool interaction I didn't know about.
Now, will Nisha buy back?
Very likely, yes.
Sania. They're going with the ice pipe, the macro pipe. Chris is in with the damage. He's gone. He does have the luxury of buyback as well, though, and Sania, and he'll use it immediately.
Nisha is trying to hold the buyback. 40 seconds.
This mid-ranks is out. Still, over a minute until Black Hole's back up. And Tundra know that. They want to go all in for this push. They know if there's no Black Hole, they have a chance to try and push as much as they can out of Liquid.
Have to be careful how they clump still. Watch the positioning on Tundra.
Just keep going. They've just got to go all out here, Tundra. They pull back.
15 seconds on Nisha.
Second tier 4 to fall.
The buildings are dying.
They've just got to do something soon. Here we go. Here's the buyback. They get the vortex in straight away. They look towards Chrysalis. Chrysalis gets the BKB in the mouth. He's going to survive. He's able to get the damage down. The further buyback comes in now from Saberlight. Chrysalis will fall. Mickey lives on a slither of health. Turns towards Saxon. Saxon bounces away. Mid-1 caught by the bash, but does help bring down Mickey. They have the buybacks though in their favor. Liquid. Mickey buys back. Mid-1 chased out. Whitemon tries to force away. But with Mid-1 and Chrysalis down for nearly 2 minutes, the buyback situation favoring Liquid.
BZM also.
BZM has to live. Tundra, they cannot afford to lose anyone else. They're going to try and get the jump back in. If they can kill Nisha.
Looks like they should. He split.
All right, well, there we go. They may not have Mid-1 or Chrysalis, but the 3 of them make sure that Nisha's also not there, so that will heavily limit what Liquid can do during this downtime of the Brew and the TA on the side of Tundra.
All right, this game is... It's all over the place.
And it's that spot again. Yeah.
Again, it's
That's a dangerous spot. You just don't go there.
Split's so far from his team. They were pushing the waves out, and Nisha's still going for kills.
No, I mean, it was a big sort of play there from Tundra's 3 heroes left alive to stick around and turn for that kill, right? They kept their cool. They don't panic.
All right, this game is delivering on all fronts. It may be a bit sloppy from both sides, but it's
it's the good kind of slop. You know, it's a takeaway after a night out slop. It's the stuff we like.
Yeah, showing even though they lost those 2 heroes with all those buybacks, getting Nisha gives them a chance now to be able to hold on longer versus this Black Hole. Liquid, they do have Mickey, who committed for the full refresher.
Yep. And now, does anybody have a buyback?
Nope.
No.
Literally nobody.
No buybacks now. It's all in. I mean, Tundra's they're gonna have Chrysalis back up, right? There's no way Liquid can end the game in 30 seconds.
No, but
Chrysalis is gonna get to play another team fight.
Yeah, Liquid could look for a little fight here, even while Nisha's dead.
I think you want to just go for a Black Hole play right now, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
Try and do it before Mid-1 and Chrysalis are up. I know that window, it's closing quickly.
Tundra's not really giving them that chance, though. Look at how they're playing very careful near their high ground. 25 has been hit for some of these supports. Whitemon does have that percent damage now on max health. Adds up as the game progresses to these later stages.
Yep.
This is probably the more exciting game that we've had, though. It's just crazy how back and forth it's been. Just how much these black holes can really matter. And these blue holes, 20 seconds. Nisha coming back up. Tundra looking to pressure.
Oh, who dares go for a little pick-off?
Tense moments, Boxy.
BZM's going to get the jump, has to put the BKB straight away, Boxy. 9 times out, Saxon looks towards Mid-K. He's going to get clipped by the ice path. Mid-1's deeping over as well. They're coming with a vacuum. The Macropie gets laid down. Mid-K pots the BKB.
Insania?
He has to get out of the Macropie for now. We'll get surged up by Saberlight, gets back up to the high ground, Mid-K.
That's Mid-K's BKB. Refresher still on cooldown 40 seconds, so that was his only one. BZM was keeping Insania at bay on the sidelines there.
Yep.
Dark Ascension is honestly very important in these fights, so the fact that it was used, I feel like that vision outlet that he's been using with it has been massive to be able to prevent Insania from getting some of these positions for the black hole, so that is going to be down for now.
I mean, what do you think the call is going to be for Tundra? Do you
Roche.
And do you wait for buybacks?
Probably.
Because you're going to have that window, right? If they can wait the 2.5 minutes, they'll still have 2 minutes to play where they have buybacks and Liquid doesn't.
It's going to be it's play around Roche, but play around wards as well too. So you have to just be very ready for the information, because Liquid can look to fight at any moment. So you have to be very ready for the fight to come to you on the side of Tundra. They've got the smoke, Boxy. He has it at the ready. Mickey, BKB back up at 30. Same for that refresher. And they're just waiting around that Roche. They're always going to have that infinite lane pressure. So bottom and mid will push in, and top with the Black Dragon as Roche goes down very fast. They've got that Aegis to play around for Crystallis. Don't forget this.
Refresher
these
shot.
other items. Banner and cheese are important too. There we go. Thank you, White Mom.
You definitely go for this now, Tundra.
So I feel like BZM, mid one, and Sox's jobs are scouting, like scout, make sure this guy doesn't
Enigma.
get them, and then the rest of them just have to kind of kill. So do not let Insania get that positioning. Buybacks, some of them starting to soon be up. 50 seconds until we see the first one. Boxy doesn't have the gold for it just yet. BZM careful.
Pretty split up right now, Tundra. Now they'll start to back up and group together as they head towards the bottom lane.
This refresher shard could be pretty big too for the puck for BZM. Can control them for a very long time since he, of course, was level 25 for some time now. Can actually do quite a fair bit of damage now too with his Ags. It's all going to start to add up for BZM also, and he finds himself in amp damage. So it's not just about Crystallis, really. Like BZM,
BZM, yeah, you do crazy amounts on the puck at this stage.
There. If he gets a 3-man coil, he can just kill all the targets as well now. This game.
I mean, and obviously, I'm keeping eyes on Crystallis. Do you go all in and buy this rapier, or do you sort of say, well, you know what, buyback is going to be back up in 30 seconds. I'd rather play with 2 lives at the TA, well, 3, including the Aegis and the buyback then, rather than buying this rapier. I don't know if he needs to, as much as I want to see it.
I want to see it.
I don't think he needs to buy the rapier. I think you'd rather have the buyback.
I think most
the
players
TPN.
wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Right? I think if it was pure, he would do it in a heartbeat.
Okay.
But we'll see what Crystallis wants to do. And this game has been completely chaotic, so it could be one where he's like, you know what, screw it, let's get the rapier, but we shall see.
He might just get the time to be able to have it as a backup.
True.
Go in, die, respawn, pick up the rapier from the base,
I mean,
TP out.
This game absolutely has potential to either close, to end in a minute, or to continue for another 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, the buyback's coming back on the table, as we can see for Tundra. For Liquid, still about 2 minutes until they'll have that to fall back on themselves.
Truly is anybody's game at the moment, just all this execution.
So surely, because you got to go now. It's a lovely window. They don't have the buybacks on Liquid.
Well, how long
you do have the buybacks.
Imagine
and you have the Aegis, you have the cheese to refresh a shard. If there was ever a time to do something for Tundra, it's got to be tempting to do it now.
Yeah, I imagine they look to pressure the top side now. But it's still always going to be the same thing. It's the fear of getting caught by these black holes, blue holes.
And that fear's not disappearing.
No. Nisha, the one to step out and put that aggressive ward down. Shrine of Wisdom, the Black Dragon is camping in.
Oh, he's in. When he's out. BZM. Teasing with them there as he goes in and out of the high ground.
Aegis for 2 more minutes, and as you said, they have 4 buybacks. Jump!
What? Get the hex! They're going to go straight for him. He's trying to move forward, but he gets caught by the fear. He's holding himself in the invis for now, bouncing up the high ground of the Oak Seal Totem, but the Dream Core will take him. He's trying to get the back all over, get it up, but he's dead. He's gone. Save for Sableye. Buyback will be back up in 10 seconds for Insania. Big K caught by the stun once more. The ice path clips him. Triple kill for BZM. Nisha's gone. They get team one.
GG.
And they were going to have buybacks in a bit, but I thought they were going to play on. They're not. Indeed, the H is going to fall too quickly. GG's called. Tundra's pushing this to a game free fog.
BZM's damage. He got, what, a 3-4-man double coil.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, the deciding game 3 now, ready to get into the action here between Team Liquid and Tundra. And yeah, let's see how this one goes. Indeed, we're getting this Medusa coming out for Saxa. A little bit of the good old support Medusa coming back in here today.
I'm really curious to what the... Because the 4 heroes that I saw in Tundra, look, and then the Medusa comes in, I'm trying to realize what the concept of it is overall. It's kind of interesting. Stone Gaze, of course, always has some crazy benefits in the game that can just buff up your allies and make them do crazy damage, right? You're playing with Pango and TA, absurd physical burst. Maybe there's something about the combo there. I'm really curious to see how Sox is going to play on this. Super cool. You know, we've got a lot of similar heroes anyway, but at least we get a little bit of a deviation in terms of this. Because that bonus physical damage, right? 35% with a Pango and a TA.
Yeah,
I'm curious, right, to how much that Stone Gaze is going to actually do. Crystallis does not get stuck in the shards. He will be able to survive.
Oh, yeah, did you like sort of the last pick, Primal, from Liquid? Do you just sort of see what they're going for with that one this game for for Nisha in the mid?
A bit of an underused hero. Still unsure about the potential of it, but I'm glad that I actually see him go provoke the beast, because I think this is the one that I looked at for me that is the untapped potential one, because most people take ferocity. This got buffed. Not the actual facet in particular, but the uproar. It went from 5 to 6 stacks. So the damage you get from this is actually pretty cool. And every time you get disabled, you're always uproaring. So, I don't know, let's see. Let's see what he's going to build and how he's going to do overall. Since they already mentioned the main mechanic, of course, the Nisha Primal versus the Pango. They can stop the roar. But he is playing versus AA, which can always be a very good answer versus these tanky cores. So, yeah, curious to see how this game's going to go down.
No, and indeed, well, look at, I don't know if it's been brought up, but yeah, we've had 2 games of this hero. It hasn't won any. So
we had nothing to say, play it. I can't remember exactly what was events, but yeah, that one, he had a bit of a rough game too. So yeah, very curious to see what the approach is going to be from Nisha.
Yeah. Could be difficult to keep up with the impact that BZM's going to have, on the Pango, especially after seeing BZM in his puck last game. He did a whole lot, and this once again a very active hero, right? That could cause a lot of problems up and down the map. So we'll see how Nisha is able to handle him.
I miss seeing this matchup though, because there was I swear there's some players that like to play the Pango into the Primal, and some players that really like to play the Primal into the Pango in the laning phase as well too, because some of them play with Uproar at level 1, other ones play with just QW. Nisha's holding skill points.
Okay.
So it's always just really interesting to see. He'll just go for the QW.
As for the 2 carries, seeing of course some similarities to earlier games, the PAs, the TAs coming through again. What do you sort of make for the outlook of these 2 carries this game?
Same carries as before, right? So they do have definitely more ways to control. This time on the side onto the TA.
Yep.
With like this global and all that, just to be able to get on top of her. They picked like the same kind of thing, the Darkseer plus Tusk approach to just get on top of her and control her.
Yeah, and I guess from Tundra's side of things, they don't really have a crazy amount of lockdown, right? It's the Burrow Strike and the Rolling Thunder.
Yep.
Basically. Outside of that, it's a whole lot of stuff that could be dispelled, moved out of.
I wonder how much Nisha also, because this is TA. It's still similar. You don't like heroes getting in your face, right? So that's probably maybe another thing also because of the Primal Beast, right? You utilize Ion Shell, probably one of the best ones to use it. And if you get on TA with an Ion Shell and a Primal Beast, TA is just dead, right? So
Sableye.
Cyblade.
Oh, careful with the angles. That's going to be fine.
Okay.
Still left very low.
Very low.
Wait, he doesn't have any points in the side blades.
Oh, just kidding.
I was like,
wait a minute.
Yeah, hold up.
Either way, close. Almost gets the kill. What? 6 HP, I think it was, on Saberlight there. Whoops.
But next time,
Next time,
you got to be careful with his angles.
it's a big creep wave.
Oh, here we go. They're going for white one. I mean, this should be a kill, right? AA
Should be.
can't really save himself here.
AA hates to play versus Darkseer in the game.
Or if he gets the Lotus, though, nah, he's not going to get the chance to. So first blood will go the way of Boxy.
Claims it. Crystals will be able to get these creeps that went under the tower there because of that. CS across the board looking pretty solid for Liquid, and in particular, so now I get to actually, since we were distracted by this whole stuff, I get to talk about this Dusa. So why I'm so curious of why this was the last pit is because he's playing into Silencer too, who just hits you with glaives in lane, and I don't feel like that feels too good.
Yeah, that's true, actually. It is.
Right?
These glaives are going to take away your survivability, take away your sort of the pool that you have to play with to keep those snakes bouncing up.
The Dusa 4 is the biggest.
Oh, they go for AA again top. But this time, Chrysalis is ready to help out.
Boxy
He's dead.
will go down.
Saberlight does have the surge. Still, though, taking a lot of damage on the way out here. He might... Is he going to get caught?
Crystal has boots and windlace.
Yeah, he's going down right. Can he get in range? He
Yes,
can.
he can.
Oh, but the stick charge is there.
Oh, I like
Well,
that.
lives.
I like that a lot from Crystals, though. The boots windlace when you're playing versus these 2 gap closers just to distance himself. A little small thing. Kind of cool. Mid lane. Very close, but BZM having a slight edge probably from that animation that we see him getting a couple extra denies in. And time for Sanking to jungle. Really curious what the build is. I'm just going to keep tapping over to Sox if it's just going to be some like normal, right? Do you just go the Atos? You probably just do the normal standard stuff, right?
And then for mid one,
that extra cap.
there's mid one buying another helm.
Sorry, Sox. Why do I keep saying mid one? Will he? On Sand King? I don't think so.
I don't know. He likes his helms.
I don't
He
think
likes
so.
his helms.
On Sand King, I would say you don't really want to deviate like that. But I guess if he really likes it that much.
Yeah. Oh, Saberlight.
Oh. He leveled up. He healed from the level. Can't go for the dive there, Crystal's boxy.
He's very low. He does have Snowball, and we'll have Shard in a second to play with. Gets over to the creep wave. Maldic comes in. They've got the surge. They'll save him, but they continue to live very low on HP. And yeah, goodbye to your salve.
Liquid struggling up top this time around versus this TA.
Dire's middle tower.
BZM, solo kill without Rolling Thunder.
Well, there you go.
Why wasn't I looking there?
Yeah,
what am I doing?
I don't think anyone expected Nisha to die there.
I'm like, what the? He must have been dragging or, I don't know. Interesting. Trying to put that extra pressure onto the tower, I guess, after wiping the wave with the catapult. He just gets punished for it. I mean, BZM is going to have Rolling Thunder for the next go.
Yeah, this mid lane gets a whole lot scarier for Nisha's sort of return to.
Power Rune is up in 8 seconds, too, so they'll have Rolling Thunder for it. They're going to bring in the Tuscan to try to punish BZM. Nisha has it 6.
Okay. So if they've got enough here, they've got the setup into the snowball.
They do.
Yeah, they'll have him. Power in though. Whitemon will be able to grab that as he swings over from the top.
Great TP from Boxy. Yeah, I'm truly so curious what the Dusa concept is going to be. Because now mid one, he just has to straight up jungle. So you're giving a absolutely free game to the PA. Uncontested farm. Does have some nice stacks formed.
See top.
And Crystallis.
Boxy and Saberlight, they're trying to fight again.
They've got backup.
Should be able to finish Crystallis off this time round.
Oh. He almost gets a return kill if it wasn't for that Lotus.
And Nisha goes straight for Whitemon, tries to see if they can turn it into a second.
It's done.
And they will.
Boxy almost snagging the last hit there, excuse me. Nisha will be able to get that. Heavy rotation.
Oh, BZM's going to come in though. Rolling Thunder will get the angle onto Boxy. So making sure the Tundra don't come out of this empty-handed.
Can he get any more connection? Wants to try for Insania. Insania actually looking to throws the blood grenade. I love it. The aggressive plays coming in. As PA free farms, Primal having a good start. Mid one starting to catch back up in the jungle. He's got these huge stacks to be able to work on. There's those big stacks this time around for the Darks here. I don't believe we saw too many stacks being formed for Saberlight since Boxy's just been playing the lane.
Unfortunately, the stack did just kill his own curry there in mid one.
It did. I mean, there's some stuff, you know. This series is deliberate. That's for sure.
And who knows what we're going to see happen here in this game. We had crazy stuff go down in game 2.
I do have worries, though, just because PA's completely uncontested. I don't know what the concept of the Medusa is. Because they didn't pressure the lane at all. It's just about to be about the building the Atos and having that extra control. Maybe an eventual...
Which they do need.
Yeah,
they do need.
They do need extra control. Maybe that, like, super late Conda break or something. But, yeah, I'm not too sure. It sucks. Be a little careful there. Nisha Haste looking to contest those stacks. It's a good thing mid one cleared them already.
Dire's bottom tower.
We're not going to find anything here, Liquid.
They do
Unless
want to
they
dive.
might get a support kill.
Hey, Saksa.
He's going to show. Yep. They'll go straight for him. In with the grab. It's dead Medusa.
Top Saberlight. Can he play himself out of this role? Unlikely.
Yeah, mid one. Able to join up on the top to help BZM kill off Saberlight. So they end up getting the bigger catch there, really, Tundra.
If BZM gets that last hit, that's pretty much the defusal done, so it would have been a big pickup. But mid one might just actually skip the phase boots and just rush the blink.
I think he's just going to buy up Blink, isn't he?
Yep.
When he can.
Especially because the courier died, right?
Yeah.
So.
He's very
Lane.
close.
Liquid is looking to be very active. They have the haste rune on Nisha.
They're going to find maybe Saxa again. Looks like they don't want to go for him.
Not a high priority target. Boxy. We'll just walk away. Unless someone else turns to cut him off. These two heroes, not the greatest at chasing. But it looks like they're going to try.
They just...
This is
I mean, they should get... I mean,
Swashbuckle?
BZM's going to get in.
Oh.
Doesn't get the swashbuckle connection.
well, yep, he's just going to walk away.
And meanwhile, we've got mid one getting gone upon. Liquid, with the space the Boxy's creating, they look for the chance to finish mid one off. They'll get him as they trample him down through the sandstorm.
Nisha's starting to get quite a bit done here. AA Medusa supports. Very interesting. completely reliant on your cores to make the play. Saberlight getting gone on again.
Are they going to go on Crystallis?
Do they have him? They've got the grab.
Yeah, Saberlight.
They don't even need it.
Yeah, he's going to be fine, and Crystallis, he will get the refraction off. That does not save him. Can quickly get through the charges there, Nisha.
Hey, blast.
Oh, it's a good shot. Whoa. Is that enough? That should.
Yeah, it's
yeah, that's enough.
Take out. With the Death Rhyme stacks, more than enough. Isn't able to claim that Lotus either. Would have been dead anyway. Amp damage. BZM about to have Defusal done. A lot of this game at least a lot of this early game gonna be reliant on him until mid one does go blink. He actually did buy the phase boots. Okay, so he wants to just be able to play and wait for that blink.
Yeah, they need that blink so bad.
Yeah.
They need that setup. They need that way into the fights.
Some ways to just get a position that they can start to slow down Mikha's farm. Because right now it just still continues to be an untouched PA.
Yeah, he's having a great time.
And it looks like a pretty good PA game overall.
No, I think so.
So probably a 700 gold until they're going to look to be a bit more active, at least on mid one. BZM, Defusal's done. Let's see what he wants to hit. Just does have to be careful because there's the counter ganks that can always come out. Nisha's actually rushing the blink to be able to look to pressure these side lanes. I think he's starting to realize like the supports on the side of Tundra are completely reliant on these cores to make moves around, so he's actually pretty free if he sees them to just,
Yeah. And as we say at the moment, right, if you blink ins and pulverizes someone, that there's limited ways to interrupt him.
Absolutely. BZM looking for Saberlight again. Surge. We'll get pushed low ground. Nice play. And we'll dodge the damage of that Ice Blast too. So BZM, a roll, not connecting.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And now looking over towards the mid.
Those shards actually trap him.
He's ready to follow up on that one. Jumps in as the pulverize. Whitemon not going to get any help here.
He's just starting to run away with this early game. Digs the water rune. He's got more than enough resources to continue. Power rune is spawning. BZM does not have roll. They did see him, I believe, too, with that ward. Can't punish, though. Fusel. We'll blink away. Invis bottom. Sand King blink coming. Tundra. To accelerate.
Yeah, this is going to be the big timing. Because if they can get in, land the Burrow Strike, they do have solid follow-up.
Yeah, with the AA and Sand King can kill pretty much anybody. So,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
dropping
Very low.
They want to kill they want to hunt the PA at least once. It looks like Tundra trying to find the angle.
Scanning.
Mikhail throwing a scan of his own. Looks like they're actually looking for the primal instead. Looks like they're not actually hunting for Mikhail.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh,
Dire's top tower
welcome too
is
close to
under
those towers. Smoke will break.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Nisha's TPing in. He wants his Ancients. They're setting up for him. Rolling Thunder in 1 second.
Oh, he's in.
But he's okay, global used.
Still though an area that Liquid don't really want to step back up to.
Yes, I mean, global now. Tundra have a good way to pressure this tier 1.
I mean, Liquid are maybe seeing if they can go for Crystallis whilst the push is coming in from the rest of Tundra mid. Get on top of him. And indeed, they'll find the kill. So they might not be able to hold the mid tier 1 tower, but they lose the, they get the chance to kill off the carry top.
Yeah, that's 3 times they've been able to slow down a TA versus a PA, right? So PA, Mikhail having a free time, still unpressured, while they're able to definitely impact the Templar Assassin. Soxa's gotten time to be able to finish up that 8-toe, so an extra form of catch. He has some good farm from those stacks. But Liquid looking to be in a, pretty happy position, it feels. PA free farming, Primal and Darkseer setting tempo, and they have the mech finished up on Saberlight. Actually surprised that he went the mech first into an AA, but is going to go down those auras, which is going to prevent those early team fights from Tundra. Does feel like Tundra needs to get some type of connection.
Oh, mid one. Oh,
Split second.
snowballs there.
Last possible second he gets it onto him there.
Let's see if he's able to walk it off. Vacuum's going to catch him. So, he's going to be okay.
And Saberlight now.
Indeed, he's going to get
He's
blasted
caught.
in the face. All right, all part of mid one's plan there, and he's ready to
going
go back in. Jumps in with a Burrow Strike on a Boxy.
Oh, mid one styling.
Dodges the shards. Yeah, this has all gone horribly wrong for Liquid.
What a play. Boxy. Going for the play himself. Doesn't get the connection. Mid one lives.
That's got to feel rough for the two of them.
That was
right?
sick.
Yeah, you're Boxy and Saberlight going for what seemed to be a pretty easy kill. They don't get it.
That was sick from mid one. All the little things come.
Outplayed.
Yep. this deep ward that they had placed from earlier too, to be able to keep tabs of Nisha and Mickey. Insania has the smoke at the ready. They have global. He's gonna get spotted though. See if someone does get caught here.
Radiant are scanning.
Nisha.
They're gonna go Tormentor. They did the scan and they see that it's been popped, so they're gonna go fight around there on the side of Liquid. Tundra, they're bringing the numbers, but they have a deep ward. They actually see the prime target.
They're going to try and jump EZM, but straight away, Mid One's in with the power shot. They use the global.
Hey, blast.
So they can continue to push forward to try and finish off Mid One, but Mid One,
blast.
he's going to keep surviving. They'll come in with a punch. Finally, they kill him, but now Tundra could strike back. They clean up Nisha, and now with the rolling thunder from BZM, he's ready to chase over towards Boxy. Whitemon getting the last touch as well onto Saber. Like Liquid, they pushed for this. Again, Boxy with the shards. We'll keep BZM back for now.
Dude, Mid One is owning.
Yeah.
Literally the difference maker for them.
It's just taking too much for them to take him down. They're trying to go all in on him. He's ready to turn. Whitemon loving life after that one as he picks up all 3 of the kills.
A deserved one. I know it doesn't look like he did that much damage, but the pass-through of the Ice Blast actually connected on like 2 heroes, and he did hit it onto the prime one of Nisha. And Mid One, just, yeah, breaking ankles.
It's just a couple of plays, really, that kind of have been not the moves that Liquid need to be making.
They're going to immediately go back down with the ward that they had from before. They're going to go for BZM again.
Let's see if they can get him this time. Nisha.
This time they got
He's
him.
got the setup, and the pulverize comes in, and we'll be able to strike back.
Oh, Saksa. He did show himself.
So if they can chase him down as well. Get another snake out. It's under the tower. They will find some. So Liquid this time, they force it, they come back in, and we'll clean up both BZM and Saxa.
And these are pretty absurd timings, we do have to say, for Mickey. 10K net worth at 16 minutes. You usually don't see 10K till like that 20-minute mark, so the fact he's able to get this on a PA is pretty absurd.
They just weren't able to make any moves down here to try and stop it.
That's why I was curious about this Deuce of Sanking, right? Because there's no way, I guess with Sanking you can't really pressure anyway, but just...
Oh, here we go.
Ice Blast.
They're waiting it out though.
They knew.
Yeah. Yeah, super quick timing. It's a 17-minute BKB Battle Fury on the PA.
And Saberlight, he is going to do just auras, right? So Mech, Pipe, feels like when those items are all out, plus a BKB PA, the fights for Tundra are going to be quite complicated. The pickups that they can get, the things that they can get is at least the initial jump. So BZM queuing the blink, he is. So it feels like he does need that because they need to get these spells off. The Epi plus this Bangle roll
he can't
without getting global.
Exactly, or blink pulverize.
Yeah. He needs to have that positioning. He bought the Ogre Club and sells it right away. I think he knows he needs to get the blink. Because once Nisha has BKB also, then he BKB and just grabs the Pango.
Yeah, and then it's impossible for BZM to do much. Liquid's coming in with the smoke.
They got the scan off.
Nisha is in with the grab. Straight away over towards Mid One, but the global pop, there's no chance of saving the Sand King. They can turn it now over towards Saxa. They're still going to try and fight this Tundra, but Adine Mickey's in with the BKB, takes out Whitemon. The Stone Gaze will come out, but Liquid, they can kite this, and maybe even just look to get back in afterwards.
Mickey's looking to go back in. Posse,
yep. Looking for the wraparound here. They'll get the shard trap on towards Saxa. Liquid, they could dive forward, get even more from this. Crystallis had to run. Nisha is closing the gap on him. The rest of Liquid stepping up. Mickey's able to jump in. Snowball there ready to lock Crystallis down. They kill off the 4 of them. Liquid forcing it perfectly there around the pulverize and the global to start things off.
Oh, and they're snowballing out of control now. These pickoffs are starting to get pretty huge. The timings are all these are fights even before those other timings are coming in when they get those big items. Nisha's about to have BKB, Pipes online. They find Mid One at the start of the fight. Yep. He can't get anything off.
Yeah, if you find Mid One or BZM at the start, it's going to be smooth sailing these team fights for Liquid right now. Absolutely. With the lead they have. Either of those targets.
Yeah, Tundra has to be the ones to get the initiation. But now at this point also when these auras come, perhaps not. As Liquid just show their strength. Nisha.
Back in action. They'll continue to rack up the kills as they find Whitemon. Saxa trying to poke at Nisha. I mean, Mickey maybe considering if he can jump back in. He can. He's going to look straight over towards BZM. BZM! Can he get out of this? He can't. Everything's on cooldown. And the Epi comes in from Mid One. Do these two have enough damage to threaten Mickey? Mickey will get rooted up here by the Atos, but Nisha and Saberlight ready to back him up. Allows them to clean up both Mid One and Saxa as well. I don't know if they can deal with this PA right now.
Really
Mickey,
feel like it, Owen.
13K net worth now, 19 minutes in. He is so far ahead, getting massively enabled, and just they've not been able to stop him or slow him down at all this game.
I mean, Owen, it's been a 5v4 the whole game. Crystallis can't get involved. He's 1-4-2. He hasn't been able to really play the game at all. If he does show up too, he's just dead. So he just doesn't, he doesn't contribute much of anything, while Liquid just shows up with the numbers every time.
This is crazy.
I mean, 5v4 essentially.
This is going to have to be one of the, if not the fastest in recent times, timings of, right, BKB, Battle Fury, S and Y on a PA, right?
And he's level 17.
Because he's going to have this, what, 21, 22 minutes in.
Yeah. It's the levels too, right? Because he was left completely alone. He was untouched in this game. It feels like the dream for Mickey, the dream for Liquid as this game progresses.
That's PA in an insane position.
Yeah. Tundra just, not able to find these connections and not having the damage, it feels like, at this point. BZM's actually deviated his build. He is going to go down that Axe route, but that's just going to always give Nisha the freedom to jump every time and just BKB grab him, even during the roll if they get it off. So we'll see if that pays off. Nisha, they buy him a gem. I think Liquid really understanding how far ahead they are now at this point, playing versus the TA. They can take out all those traps. And how many Gossamer capes did they get? I didn't actually get to say. 3 of them versus the TA, so even more miserable for Crystallis, if he does want to show.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Liquid just hunting now at this point. Not feeling any fear. Global comes out. Nisha trying to get the catch bottom.
Yeah, but mid one to get the blink off.
They are also on BZM, but he does get the roll. Just kidding, vacuum.
Oh, he's going to get away just in time. And in fact, a snowball save comes in for Mikke. Gonna have the Stone Gaze after it. BZM is sort of trapped up. Jump forward from Mikke, trying to finish up the job. He's gonna find him. Gets the kill, and with the rest of the BKB, he can just go for the TP out. Mikke's out of there.
He actually gets out of there. I was like, they're deep. This is actually the chance for Tundra to get some trade kills, but the last second of the BKB gets him out. Very aggressive split move that Liquid goes for, and it actually ends up working.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they've got the Deso online, as well as the Meteor Hammer for Saxa.
I mean, he's playing it as if it's a 3 position on the Medusa, right? So I guess there's not really any other build that you can go for.
I mean, imagine, surely if you're Tundra, you want to go for a smoke play now, right? There's no BKB on the PA for a little bit of time. The Global's down.
Still not easy because you're playing into Nisha with the BKB, and your vision has been taken, has been addressed. It's a huge kill if they can kill Nisha.
Let's see if they've got enough. The Burrow Strike Epi and the Ice Blast, but he will get the BKB off Nisha, and it is not nearly enough. Can't kill him.
Big ult he's used. BKB saves Nisha's life. He can back up and reset to look to continue that pressure. Now Tundra, they can't look for the fight.
No. No, that was the Epi.
Mikke's as you said, Mikke's timings are just absurd.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Almost 20. 4,000 gold ahead of the TA. A hero, TA likes to play ahead, in particular versus something a matchup of PA. Playing from behind does not feel good at all for Crystallis. He's got to go the very risky builds, as we've seen pretty much every TA do. No BKBs being built on these TAs in this tournament.
It has to have the damage. So that if they do get... Ooh. BZM.
Oh.
It's probably just going to try and get out of here, though. The rest of the team not around to give them a chance of trying to take the PA down.
Just hard for them to make those aggressive moves because the Global's always there from Insania.
Oh, look. Crystallis was very close to getting found out there down bottom. Might still if he sticks around.
They seem to know where he is. And Boxy is pinging right on top of him.
They're going to...
They're hunting.
They're still on track to maybe finding him. Crystallis will continue to back up.
They know he's farming somewhere. They see these camps cleared out. They know he's in this area. They ping him again, exactly where he's standing. They're going to accelerate, go for the Roche. They know that the epicenter's still on cooldown. Should be able to get this one in quite freely. Timings for Tundra just aren't hitting. Liquid in a very comfortable spot with this trap.
Oh!
Ice Blast.
Ah!
Nice try. As everyone also building very independent again. No one building for the team on the side of Tundra, everyone building for themselves. No buff-ups for the TA. They have double Atoses on the 2 supports.
No force staffs
No
or anything.
force staff,
If
nothing.
you get jumped, it's kind of good luck to you, buddy. Ain't anybody helping you.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting one coming in. While you see Liquid, it's like all about the team play, right? Greaves, Pipe, Darkseer. They've got 4 staff on Silencer.
Well, Sacks up. It's going to get caught here.
He is caught.
I'll try and make a break for it here with the Stone Gaze. Mid1 is around, but I don't think he's going to want to join this. He's got to let Saxa go.
Take him some
It's
time.
tempting because they are
He's
grouped
revving
up.
it. The Ice Blast is starting to come in. He's
All
thinking
right.
about it.
See what they could do here. Is it going to be enough burst? The Ice Blast
No.
coming in. The snowball's there perfectly, though. Dodges the Ice Blast. I mean, you can see it was so tempting, right? They're standing there lined up as the 3 of them. You're like, well, I guess I got to shoot my shot.
Yeah, but it's into Greaves' Pipe as well. And
Dire's middle tower
yeah, we're just seeing the damage just isn't there for Tundra. Liquid, just a step ahead. 2 steps ahead, it feels, in this game. As Mickey having a complete free time still. And Nisha, 10-2-7, the Primal that we did see have some difficulties in this tournament so far.
Yeah.
He's owning it this time.
I guess the question is, who in this moment on Tundra is saying, hey, let's give it a shot? Is it Saxa saying, like, Sanking, bro?
I think they're like-
where's the
they're like,
bro?
let's just try.
Can you get in this? Can you?
Like, they see the Ice
Is it
Blast-
Whitemon saying, I got the Ice Blast, get in there, Mid1? Or is it Mid1 saying, I got this, boys, I'm going in?
Or you know what it probably is? Just dead silent.
Dead probably, yeah, in a
might
game
be
like
one
this
of
that's
those.
getting tough, it could be dead silent.
Yeah, it could be one of those just
Yeah.
quiet ones happening.
I think it might be indeed that.
scanning.
BZM, I mean, his Ags is going to come up, as we said. There's levels and levels of answers for it.
Dire's top
Amp damage on Nisha.
attack.
Crystallis is, yeah, he's really saying how this game is hard. He's queuing up the double MKB. He really needs to have both of them.
The double.
I mean, it is getting to the points of uncontrollable territory, it feels like, for Tundra. His Liquid's just going anywhere they want.
Saxa. Love the Stone Gaze. But Snowball's going to be ready to catch him afterwards. Another kill for Mickey.
0-6 on this Medusa.
He's ready to carry, though. Just give him a little bit of time. Let him get
up
his
the Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Queued
Yeah,
it up.
get the Mjolnir. you see him now. Your bottom 3 net worth is the support life at standard, but there is a world where Saxa might carry this
No.
in about 40 minutes' time.
400 minutes. Mid one will go down as well. Yeah, it's just Liquid cruising. Pick off after pick off after pick off. Full control of the game. Mickey is just playing by himself top while the team hunts.
Tower is under attack.
Boxy
Dire's
staying in the area to at least be that protection. Whitemon, he's gone. Saberblade.
Look at this Boxy.
And they're also jumping up. Right, Liquid has.
Oh, look at the spells off as well as the Rolling Thunder PZM. Ready to turn, get the setup. On towards Boxy, the glimmer.
Is he actually going to get out?
He's not. They get him with the Rolling Thunder. They're going to look towards Mickey. Mickey, of course, still has the Aegis and the BKB. He's on his own.
Dodging everything.
Now, do you just BKB TP on the second life?
BKB fight. Let's go.
Let's have a
He'll
look.
BKB and jump out.
Okay.
Liquid, you can still see that how confident they are, right? They're split making a move bottom while also diving the base. So they're really trying to say how ahead they are at this point. But it is a bit of a risky play. They do have to be a little careful like that with Mickey. Level 21, though. We'll look to re-engage. They still have this ward. Crystallis.
Oh, straight in. Pulverizing the global. It's a clean setup.
It's just confidence that you see from Liquid. Did they not find that ward? The base ward that Boxy placed? I mean, they have the sentry there, but...
Dire's bottom tower.
Oh, I guess it's behind that one tree.
Sneaky.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. They checked as well. All right. I mean, that could get them an extra... That could
Well.
actually enable the high ground push or just net them like a big kill that they won't expect.
They'll see it now, though, right, BZM?
He has to
Yeah,
walk up to it.
there we go.
He does. Now, that's a scary ward. I gotta write that one down. I like that ward. 11k lead.
And Liquid's ready to dive again. They don't have the global.
Nope. But they want blood. No BKB at the ready.
That's it.
Okay.
Him might want to hold back on that one. Yeah, indeed. 30 seconds until that's ready to press.
I think they just wait for that BKB. They're gonna strike though. Mickey, he shows.
His BKB's still on cooldown. They get the
Snowball.
jump, but the Snowball save indeed will come in place.
Boxy.
Dodges a lot there. Boxy, is it enough to bail Mickey out of this one, though?
It's not.
I mean, that was greedy. His BKB on cooldown. He shows himself outside of the base. He gets his support killed as well.
I mean, overconfidence.
Yeah.
playing with 2 while the rest of the team is split. They did this now 2 or 3 times. This time, I'm just finally able to punish it. They can't do that too much more. Like, I don't know.
Dude, I'm telling you, Saxa might eventually carry this game. You got to be concerned about that if you're Liquid. You can't mess around. He gets his Mjolnir. You will have problems down the line.
Just interesting how they're playing around the map, right? Just completely alone on 2 heroes without BKB right outside the enemy base.
I don't know why you do that.
That's the MKB now done for Crystallis. He actually has a way to be able to hit the PA.
Like, Liquid, as far ahead as this PA is, this game is still very losable.
Every game is throwable if you try hard enough. Lacoste said it the other day, and it literally happened afterwards. But, that one did take a couple excessive ones from the side of BetBoom, but Tundra, 20 seconds, they can perhaps strike again. Liquid definitely not wanting to play that overconfident at this point. He might get caught also. Got the wraparound on him. He's looking pretty dead.
Very dead.
These are massive. Liquid. Hemorrhaging big kills.
Yep.
Gonna look to strike back. Nisha. Can he get the catch?
Oh. Woo. No, we can't.
Right on the tree side. BZM. Having some fun. They chunked that lead down, though.
Well, they certainly do. And you don't want to mess around against Tundra's lineup.
He did get the Maelstrom, Owen.
Saxon, he's going to be an additional carry. Like, if Liquid continue to make some blunders.
I can't see.
Well, talking about blunders.
Just another day at work for 5 position. Nisha. Still has been the rock for the team, though, right? He is only 2 deaths. Mickey still having that phenomenal game. He has only died the once. But let's see how they look to set up the map again still, because Liquid is still quite split again. Just playing with Mickey and Boxy, while they also have split up on the other sides. BZM with Blink Ags now. Might get seen here. Okay, we'll be able to play himself out of it. That was scary. All right, Liquid respawning. Surely they're going to group up. But Tundra actually finding another catch first.
They just turn and look to blow up Boxy. The vacuum wall down onto the 3 of them. Boxy will get the chance to get the snowball off.
Oh, Mickey's here.
And now Nisha's in with the grab. They've got the global as well. They go straight towards BZM. Can they get him? No, BZM's away. He's going to be able to get up the high ground. Midbomb will die, but BZM gets the chance to live. Saxa teeping out in the trees, but the bash will come in. So they get the 2 kills here, Liquid.
They play as 5, finally, after about 7 minutes of being split up. Tundra tried to get that pick, but they actually were too close with the Darkseer. Gets that pipe onto him. Back to business for Liquid after a little bit of a shakeup. Crystallis, almost Hurricane Pike.
Let's see how much Liquid can get here on the high ground push. The fortification comes out from Tundra. Sure, there's still 2 heroes down, but Mickey is just BKB, of course, on cooldown.
But no Sanking, so he feels
sure that's the main one.
Much easier to be able to do this.
The main threat. Two, 3 gone. BZM. Not going to get caught by the vacuum. Quick blink out. Onto the barracks here, Liquid.
8 seconds. They'll start to back away. They'll give respect to the lineup this time with their BKBs on cooldown. Nisha's and Mickey's. Big wave bottom to farm as well. Roche.
Are they going to smoke out and chase? They want to try and punish this time whilst the BKB is still on cooldown. There's no global.
20 seconds, though. So they've got to be quick with it. And they want to be able to contest this Roche because it's up in about 20 seconds or so. Or 10 seconds now. They know they have to fight around that area. Going for the big wraparound. They do have a ward that was placed that I think scouted at least a little something there, but Liquid, again, grouping up as 5. Everything's back. BKB's, Global's ready. See how Tundra executes this fight.
Oh.
Damn damage.
Oh, Nisha took it. Poor old PA.
Here's the roll.
BZM.
BKB's out.
It's going to have to be quite an early BKB here for Nisha. Try and charge over towards BZM, but BZM continues to roll away. Indeed, Chrysalis caught in the shards. Liquid, they found the TA.
He's got no buyback.
See what more they can find in mid one. Ready for the trees, though. He's got the epicenter going. Comes in with the burst rate 20 on a Mickey, but the BKB's back up. BKB turns towards the Boymons. AA gets the kill on him. Saxa with the stone gaze, looks towards Saberlight, but the save comes in with the snowball. Saxa surrounded, left alone. Liquid get the cleanup big time.
They tried to go for a bit of a cheeky play there, probably knowing that they need to fight around that rush, but Liquid, everyone grouped up. And they catch literally the dream target at the start of it all. BZM tries to go for that role play, but ends up actually isolating Crystalis on the south side. Liquid just get right on top of him.
Yeah, this is going to be at least the melee rack's gone in the mid. We'll see what more they can find.
It was pretty forced from BZM also. I guess because he saw Nisha and he's like, if I can get the initial stun, perhaps we can combo him, but yeah, puts him into a very dangerous spot. Just totally split up in the fight.
Yeah, just no way to save Crystalis in this position.
No force staffs, no nothing, as we've said, you know, with independent builds from all these supports. So he was stuck.
That's true. Force staff would have done wonders there.
Yeah, they would have prevented, yeah, at least bought some time for the team to get closer, but nonetheless, mid racks will fall. Top tower. They're gonna try again. BZM, he's up. BKB, 20 seconds. Can't make the move. Now Liquid's being sensible for some time.
And they should be able to go for, I mean,
BKB.
if they go towards the Roshan, are Tundra going to try and head over and contest this?
I think they have to. I don't think you have a...
It doesn't look like they're making the move, though, Tundra.
Yeah, I just don't think that there's really a realm that you want to give it, but I guess they just don't feel like they can make it.
Yeah, it goes down very quickly, of course, with Mickey. Liquid are scared, though, because they think Tundra will be coming this way. A little careful about how they finish it, but now they're going to reveal, hey, there's no Tundra in sight. This Roshan's ours for free.
The absolute dream of this PA, who is about to hit level 25, one of the faster ones that we've seen for a Phantom Assassin.
And outside of that one mess up top, he's had a pretty perfect game.
Yes.
That's just the one death.
Oh, and next fight, they have double global, actually.
They've caught mid one.
Doesn't have the mana for the double global, but can go for it. Brain drain, more needs to be lost. 60 seconds.
Does have buyback mid one.
Back to the push, still 4 minutes on the Aegis. And there's that 25.
So they're just going to let this set of racks go.
They need absolutely everything together to have even a chance of fighting back. So
Saxon needs the full Mignon. He's very close.
It's just a slow flip.
I mean, I'm ready to try this strat in my pubs, you know. I'll queue up some Medusa support. Game ain't going great. Well, what a shame. I got to buy Mignon here. Love it. It's my kind of support here.
Just does feel like it does next to nothing in this game, of course.
He's going to carry.
Oh,
just
bottom.
wait and see. Crystalis.
Setting the trap.
Whoa. Okay, a little underwhelming on the damage. Not enough.
White Mon.
Straight up, but they do at the Atos. And
They got him.
They will get him at the end of it all.
The trap.
And they're out of there in time before any of the rest of Liquid swing over. So there you go. That's going to take the Darks here out of the mix for the next 70 seconds. And obviously puts a bit of a hold on what Liquid's likely to try and do around the Aegis for a bit.
I mean, honestly, I like it quite a lot. Crystalis is now actually almost 25 also. Feels like this is probably a rapier game.
This is a rapier game, absolutely.
He absolutely needs that this time around. But a nice trap, honestly. I like seeing that play. Maybe playing around that melt. You can do it. You can try to go for that again and surprise them. Just set up on a random spot on the map. If someone walks into him, you could just double meld and perhaps get them.
Yep.
Insania and Mickey on the hunt. They saw mid one cutting waves. They are really hunting for him. Picks up the Watcher, so he sees Insania. He's considering going for this wave. He's like, he's probably saying like, oh, Insania, I hope you show here. But not going to be the case.
Mid one won't show.
Nope.
He'll get the next wave.
I'm having fun watching him.
Yeah. He doesn't want to show on the wave, actually, mid one. I know, yep. He knows that they're not around anymore. They're coming up with a wraparound down bottom.
Not an easy fight to do, but they're going to try for Mickey, but Mickey still has Aegis. He's actually.
Do you want to fight into this? Aegis, BKB, Satanic, PA is kind of scary.
Insania. Hello. Oh my god, they walked right past. They didn't
past them.
see
Oh my goodness, who's
Oh
going to see
my
who
God,
first?
they're in.
Chrysalis, he's in with the mail bash on Anisha. He's able to
Wait,
blink
BZM?
away in time. BZM's kind of stuck. He'll get the Lotus off. So the Pulverize has been wasted. It's going to mean that he gets the chance to shield crash. He still dies though. They kill BZM off. 3-man Meteor Hammer coming in there from Saxa.
Oh no, he got
Chrysalis
forced
has
in.
been caught. He's trapped in the shards. Dragged back by the vacuum. Chrysalis and BZM out without buybacks.
Oh, and
Saxa's surrounded.
I think that was Whitemon that just forced back to
But look at the combo. They get the Ice Blast, the Epicenter. Is it enough to get any kills in return? It might be. It's enough to kill off Nisha. Mickey, though, even if he ticks out, has the Aegis. He's even going to get protected by the Glimmer, so he won't tick out, keeps that Aegis protected. They lose 4 heroes, Fogged.
Oh, Crystallis. His teammate forced tapped him back into the fight. He forced away and they got forced right back inside of them.
No. Oh, maybe it was better when his supports didn't have 4 staffs.
Oh, it happens.
Oh, no.
It was a bit of a scary clustered scenario there. They
Yep.
all right on top of each other, but double global comes in. Liquid. They're looking to close this one up.
See if they can find one more fight, Tundra. No Chrysalis for 50 seconds. And the backup carry, Saxa. He's dead for 40 still.
This has been a wild series.
Yeah, it has been.
Some spells being missed with Liquid being very confident, playing with just 2 heroes outside the base with no BKB, but they get everything back together.
There's the Mega
Start
Creeps.
moving up. Megas are done. On to tier 4s.
Can they pull together one more fight here, Tundra? Aegis gone in 20 seconds on Mickey.
Catapults are coming in. They'll start to back up.
They're going to respect the respawns, and there's no need to throw it away.
Nope.
Play it safe. They're 27k up. They're in a great spot. Refreshes out as well on Mickey.
They can just wait for Nisha. BZM is YOLOing.
He's going straight for it. They'll find Mickey. Mickey able to jump back to safety.
And Nisha is back. Now Liquid can look to go right back.
How's the rapier looking on Chrysalis?
It's so far.
It's so
It's
far.
so far. Here we go. Liquid. They see the TA.
They're going to make a jump on Chrysalis. As Chrysalis, no buyback on him. He's gone. Saxa, he'll try and survive. He gets the Stone Gaze off. Will manage to hold Mickey in place. But the refresher comes out. Mickey ready to go with his BKB. I mean, it's going to come to an end pretty soon, though, the BKB on the PA. It doesn't matter. It's enough for him to lock down and get on top of mid one without any stuns coming in. Sableye jumps forward, gets the vacuum on to the mid one, does have the buyback. The Ancient, though, getting focused by Liquid. They're looking to end the game up, and indeed, Tundra, they'll just tap out. GG's called. Liquid will close up game 3, and with that, take the series to...